Yo, what's up, everyone? This is episode 106 of the BLRD Podcast. As always, we have Green Tuner.
Hello.
Greencast.
Hey, what's going on, guys?
Dark Side.
Yo, yo, yo.
And myself, best in the world, the Ed Underground Bebe.
Best
So wrestling reference.
Oh, well, I was like, what would you consider yourself the best in the world at?
Pretty much anything that you guys do.
Damn.
Oh wow, that's a bold statement, man.
That's a bold statement if I've ever heard one.
Yeah.
Best in the world, baby.
I could think of a couple things you're definitely not better than me in.
I could think of a couple of things I'm not better than you either.
Yeah, I mean,
But they said pretty much everything that we do.
Pretty much anything I'm good at that you guys do, I'm better.
So
Baby.
if one of us decided to, suck a dick, you're the best in the world at sucking a
Whoa,
dick? Is that what you're
yeah.
saying?
like
Is that what you
I
said?
said,
Ed, is that what you're saying?
like I
Yeah.
said, the things
Dude, I'm about to go
do,
here, boys.
I do.
Hey, Ed is,
which
man,
I
this,
do not do that. So
Hey,
This
you
podcast-
said it, bud.
how's this episode get so spicy? And literally, we're like less than a minute in. I mean,
0 to 60.
Zero
Man.
to 60.
That's
Wow.
because Ed
Mm.
wants to deep throat people. I don't know.
I
Just-
do
That's
not.
how things go.
oh,
no, that's how some people wanted to go, which it never happened. But keep on dreaming.
Well, we have Black Girls Hack saying they're rating the show under consideration since I guess that day, the previous day. Then we have Only Toes. They're asking the Underground, how about toes? Are you the best at sucking toes?
Well, like I said,
Oh,
the things I'm
God bless
good
you.
at.
God bless you.
I
Alex.
totally forgot about
the
Ed's
things
toe
I'm good
fetish.
at. I'm better than you guys in. I don't do that. So you
Mm.
guys would be king of those things. Or
There's nothing
queen.
wrong with Ed.
Use
You
it.
obviously last episode had a you pretty much
Oh, I
made
had
it public.
nothing.
You had
I
you had a
nothing.
fetish with
It's been
dark side
twisted
toes.
and turned,
Yeah.
conspiracy theory.
Yeah, just like
around.
your fetishes. That's the only thing that's been twisted
Oh.
and turned. And you like obviously brown
No.
toes. So
Boss.
whatever you
Yeah.
want to do, man. Black Girls Hack says nice shape up cream. Thank you. Did it myself, and it says Black Girls Hack says like sandy toes. So I don't know what that necessarily means, but
I don't know what that means
we'll
either.
leave that-
I'm
we'll
not.
leave that
I'm not a
alone.
feet person.
I think I have an idea what that
I don't
means,
know.
but
I have no idea.
I
I'm not a
don't
feet
know,
person.
but Black Girls Hack, please elaborate.
Yes. what
I
do
don't-
sandy toes mean? But yeah, how you guys been doing, man? You guys been doing pretty good?
Good.
Yeah.
Not bad. A little busy, but not bad.
A little busy?
Busy
Okay.
with one.
Visited a few people who are in town for 3 weeks apparently.
Oh wow.
Oh,
Oh,
who'd you visit?
Just some friends from college and somewhat work. A
someone.
freelance project I
You know
did.
what?
Yeah.
I'm usually free. I never received a visit.
The
or,
last invite I sent you guys, no one went
Mhm.
because someone was too busy looking at the wall
Looking at the wall.
looking at the
or something
wall.
that Dark Side said. Like, yeah, I'm busy
Ah.
looking at the
Call
wall.
that.
Something that Dark Side said.
Maybe
I don't know.
he said something about like watching paint dry or something like that.
snap.
Something.
Wait a minute.
Something.
Ah.
Ed's Dreads in the chat.
Oh,
No
VIP.
way, it's
No.
back.
we got.
How
I
is that
can
possible?
confirm.
I can confirm. Nope. It's sorry, guys. Esdretz, we have to let you go. You cannot be in this chat anymore.
Yeah, you are banned.
You are
good
banned.
sir
Sorry,
or
yes.
ma'am.
Yeah,
Good
yeah.
sir,
We're not
ma'am.
gonna take this
Sorry.
disrespect.
Yeah, you
Yup.
hit too close to home. All right.
Yeah, you're banned.
Only toes can stay though.
Only toes.
yeah.
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
Only
because-
toes is allowed to stay.
I mean,
Oh, yeah,
Esdretz, we
Esdretz,
do
I'm
love
sorry.
you.
Sorry.
We do love you. We hope that you're connected to the Wi-Fi and that you can be able to contact us. Make another account, Esdretz1, whatever. We really want to reach out to you and talk to you about what's going on in the back of Ed's head.
Yeah.
But
So sensible. Go on.
We just
So-
want to peek inside that headdress or bandana or whatever it is that
Bandana,
it's
yeah.
wearing.
it's a mystery. It's an
What I'm,
enigma.
oh, it's a beanie. Just wearing a beanie.
Black Girls Hack.
That's a beanie?
Black Girls Hack
Yes.
is asking why did
That's
Ed's
not a
Dreads
beanie.
get banned?
It's a beanie. It's all it is.
How is
Well-
that a beanie? It's gigantic.
Oh, it's stretched. It's-
Oh,
This
Oh,
is
it's stretched.
this,
Okay.
this
It's a
is
little
what
beanie.
this is what As Dreads were saying last episode. They said, "Help us, we're being suffocated back here because the beanie is so tight."
That makes no
And
sense.
it doesn't make any sense. So, wait, we got a confirmation in the chat about the sandy toes. It was about how Ed Underground got excited about hearing about our toes in the sand on
Oh.
vacation. So yes,
That makes
Ed-
no sense either.
he was very excited about sand caressing our toes as we walked, and he wanted vivid details and even asked for pictures offline. So
Ed,
yeah.
you on
Those
Wiki-
who
Ed,
know
are
me
you,
knows that I hate sand.
You on
Yeah.
WikiFeet, Ed? You on
Wiki-
WikiFeet?
yeah.
Now, how do you guys know about these things? I don't even know about these things.
Well, you knew about Dark Side's feet, so
I like how it's
I
trying
know-
to
I
play
know
it off
zero.
like he
Yeah,
doesn't know
right.
a wiki feed. You know he's a moderator, and then
yeah.
I don't even know what that is. Is that a real thing?
Yeah.
He's a mod in the
Sure.
Discord as well.
mhm.
False. You
Don't
wish it
lie.
was.
Don't lie. Yeah, so Black Girls Hack says, my money is that Only Toast is the same as Ed Dreads. I don't believe that. I think they're totally two different people. I mean, how can you have two accounts at the same time on Twitch? It's
Very
absolutely
possible.
it's mind blowing. I don't think that's possible.
No,
Uh,
that's excuses.
Yeah. And how did Ez Dreads get banned? Unfortunately, I banned him. It was getting a little
Fortunately.
uncomfortable. Yeah, unfortunately,
No, fortunately.
it was unfortunately it was getting a little
Don't get
too
into
close home.
specifics.
I won't get into
look,
specifics.
Yeah, a certain one of our one of us became uncomfortable with Ed's dreads.
Yeah,
Just hit a little too close to home, and that's all we gotta say. You know?
Yeah,
We
that's all
stand
we're gonna say on the
we
matter.
stand united.
yeah, we stand
I
together.
love you too, Green Tuner. How about
So,
that?
There you go.
What?
yeah,
What did I do?
That was random. I mean,
Yeah.
but they're gone now, so it's all
What did
good.
I do?
You said a certain individual, something.
Mhm.
So
It,
yeah.
guys, Ed has a memory. Ed has a memory of 5 seconds, guys. Anything past those 5
Pretty
seconds,
much.
he forgets. So
that was multitasking. Wow.
Sure,
Yes.
absolutely.
Trying to fix the
Right.
stream on my end.
Oh, nice, man. But no, yeah, like this past weekend, I was out of town. I'm not gonna lie, traveling is exhausting, especially when you go from like coast to coast. I never realized like how uncomfortable traveling is for like long distances, and I don't want to actually do it anytime soon. Like, I'm not gonna lie, like I think I want to get like I can understand why people don't want to get on planes and they just want to like drive somewhere instead, because you have like the room, you can stretch out, take breaks when you,
You
want
can
to.
stop.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you
all
can
that.
Play your
stop.
music.
Yeah, well, you can play your music on in the plane too.
I mean, it's different when you're like with people, and let's say a certain song comes on, and then one person starts singing, and then y'all like join along. Road trip. Son.
oh, like a road
What
trip, like
flight have you been in where people join in song?
I didn't say
no.
airplane.
He's saying like on a road trip, people can
road
join.
trip. Oh, okay.
Join in the song.
Connect the dots.
Yeah,
I've never experienced that, but I'm sure it is quite an experience.
So you never gone down the road and played some lack of a better word, white girl music or whatever.
Mhm.
I
I don't
What is white girl?
specifically
Why is
music?
it-
Can you
yeah.
expound on that?
Well, I don't know the name of the songs.
But what
Take
does
away
that mean?
downtown.
What is white girl music?
Oh, you know what I mean.
we don't.
No, I don't.
That's what we're asking.
We're actually curious.
That's why I'm
Very
asking.
generalized statement.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
Yeah.
What is
Well,
that?
one song from the movie White Girls, was it White Chicks? White Chicks.
Mhm.
Okay.
I forgot the name of the song now.
Okay. So
Oh,
there's
okay.
Okay.
Are you
Anyways, there was a
Okay.
time where someone played the song
Mhm.
and we all decided to sing along or whatever. It's hilarious.
Who's we?
Me and other racially different peoples.
Okay. A racially diverse crowd. That's
A
what you're
diverse
saying.
crowd, yes.
Sure.
Say,
And,
Why couldn't you just say people?
yeah, and I mean, as your lawyer and friend, I'm going to tell you, just stop talking, please. I mean, this is weird. But no, like, yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I just, I hate.
so
I
you don't
hate
like
being a
air
part-
travel, huh?
No, I like it, but like, let
I
it
like
be
air
short.
travel.
Like, just let it be short.
Well,
And
then pick shorter
that's the whole
destinations.
point, though, isn't
well, It is shorter. Yes, it's shorter than driving for sure. Like if I was gonna drive cross country, it would take like 30 some hours to do so.
But now, Creamcast, let me tell you this.
Sure.
When you book a flight, isn't
Yeah.
it cheaper for you to get, if you get like multiple stops in the way, doesn't it get cheaper if you change flights?
Yeah, it usually is. And I'm
Yeah.
but I'm not gonna lie.
Works?
I
But
am
that's a
of the
pain
bougie.
though.
Yeah.
having
It takes
like,
you longer to
switch
get
flights.
home.
Yeah.
No, it's a nightmare
It's
because
not
sometimes
that
like
complicated.
it's not complicated.
No,
but
no, no.
sometimes you'll have to
It
wait
can
like
be.
2 hours.
No,
between flights.
I've gotten screwed
Yeah.
Oh
before.
yeah. The layovers can be bad. Yes.
No, the layover. I had a layover one time. It was I think in San Francisco, and the layover was 20 minutes, and our flight was already late. So they said, "Hey, we're boarding this other flight. You need to get there within the next 20 minutes." Now maybe it was LAX. So that's a huge airport. So you see everybody get off the plane and pretty much run across because they had started boarding the other flight, which is crazy because it's like you have to wait for our luggage. Like you can't just take off without our luggage, but people are just nervous in general. They want to make their flight. So yeah, I've had layovers as long as like 3-4 hours. I've had layovers that are literally 20-30 minutes. So it sucks for large airports, which you
It
have
sucks.
to do.
Yeah, you got it right. It
Aren't
sucks
the most
for large
busiest
airports.
ones LA and O'Hare?
O'Hare, you got your LaGuardias, you got your JFKs, you got your Dallas Fort Worth. Yeah, you have Atlanta. Yeah, you got a lot of busy airports.
I'm talking about the busiest because I would think LAX and O'Hare are the most busiest or the most traffic heavy.
Oh,
Hey, New York. the ones in
JFK is
New
also
York.
super
JFK,
busy.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
I don't think
LaGuardia,
O'Hare's the top airport anymore. I think
Yeah,
it's-
for sure it's not a top. It is
Yeah.
busy, but it's not.
I think
Not the top
yeah,
anymore.
I think it's JFK is the busiest airport now in the world. But in either case,
Not in the world, isn't it? Isn't Heathrow the busiest in the world?
Oh, Heathrow might
London?
be. Yeah, it might be.
Mm.
But yeah, it's
America
it
for
sucks.
sure.
America for yeah. But yeah, it sucks. But no, I do appreciate it. I mean, it's quick, it's fast. But I think I'm gonna step up. I'm gonna step up my game. I think I'm gonna start using my reward points like for my credit card.
Yeah.
I usually use it for like cash. I was like, oh, let me just get cash back because a lot of the stuff on shopping I really don't need because I've already bought everything I wanted. But I think I've been watching some
upgrade?
YouTube videos. Yeah, start doing upgrades through like your
Yeah,
reward
but
points.
you know what? If you're just using like, what are we talking here? American and Delta and stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, do your research, but I don't think it's the footage I've seen. It's not that worth. I mean, international, yeah, I'd say it's worth, but domestic,
I think American has decent first class, doesn't it?
They
Yeah,
do.
like
I
the
don't
first
know.
class is like business class and all that is nice. It's just that like I'm not going to use it like first class on a short flight. If it's like a 2-hour flight,
That's what I'm
then
saying.
yeah, I'll do it. But if it's like
Oh,
cross
I
country,
got you.
if it's
Okay.
cross country or international, oh yeah, I'm gonna start using my points to upgrade my seats because man, it sucks.
Or what about Frontier first class?
Frontier. That's still a thing.
Is
that's
that
when
even?
you're-
Did it
that's
even
when you're-
have a first class?
That's when you're strapped on the front of the plane.
Yeah. I was like,
They strap you to the nose
you're
of the
pilot.
plane.
You're the
Yeah.
pilot.
yeah.
That's
Did they
duct tape.
actually?
That's duct tape. on
Yeah,
that.
You're
they
the
actually
pilot.
give you a seatbelt and they say, "Hey, we have a seat. We have a reserved seatbelt for you, sir, and we're actually going to
Mhm.
bolt you to the plane." Instead of everybody just had a free for all and free
Yeah,
floating.
The upgrade is goggles. They give you goggles. The bugs in your eyes.
Yeah, exactly. They're like, "Hey, you want your first class? Guess what? You get drink now on the flight. We'll give you a cup of water that we got from the bathroom. There you go."
Wow. The toilet.
Yeah. So yeah, no,
I might try that. Like I got a trip planned, so maybe I'll go for the upgrade.
yeah.
Oh, you're in the points game too, Darkseid?
No,
Oh.
I'm not in the points game. No.
Oh.
But you know what? I might have some points. I'll have to see. I've never really used it for. Let me ask Creamcast since he's such a world traveler.
Yeah.
And you're a man who has your Steam Decks and your Switches. What do you use to occupy your time?
Honestly, so
Yeah.
the funny thing is that I actually don't ever play my Steam Deck on flights.
What?
Yeah, I thought I would be more
Yeah, I thought
Steam
that's what you
Decky?
got it.
yeah, no,
Yeah.
I really get it for more of the trips, like when I get to destinations and I'm just like chilling in the
Mhm.
hotel at night. I'm like, oh, let me just play a game real quick or let me do X, Y, and Z. A lot of times because there's free entertainment, like free movies, I just catch up on movies and everything else. Like
You're
on
too
the
tired. You just want to chill.
well, I do. Yeah, that's the thing. I go to sleep. Most of the time I go to sleep on the plane. And then if it's a short flight, usually I fall asleep before we take off and I wake up as we land. So that's usually what I can do. But for like longer flights where I'm not going to sleep for 6 hours or whatever, then I'm going to watch a movie. Like on a return trip back, I actually watched Dungeons and Dragons. Pleasantly surprised, by the way,
Yeah, good movie.
Good that movie was.
Yeah.
They were
Which one?
Dungeons and Dragons.
The new one that came
Oh
out.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. That,
That
was
was
a
a-
hidden gem.
That was
Yeah, it was
really
I heard
good.
it was good.
I was surprised
It's
that it,
legit a hidden gem. Yeah.
they switched the gender roles and everything, and I was like, I wonder what the
Mhm.
Ed Underground would think about this while I was watching this. It
I
was
haven't seen it.
Mm.
so.
Yeah, it was, man, prepared to be gender bent for sure. It is, wow, a female barbarian while all the men are like thieves and like magicians. Is,
And
it was-
bards, how dare
And
you?
it was good.
Well,
It was
I do
good?
like female barbarians.
It was
What?
good, Ed. How's that make sense? It doesn't make sense.
Oh,
Does it
well,
make
it's
sense?
not Marvel. That's one thing.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
It's not Disney. Yeah,
It's not
Disney.
MCU.
It's one thing.
Not the MCU. It's crazy.
It's not
Yeah.
Disney.
Oh,
Hey,
wow, okay.
hey,
So
money
but you're-
talks
but-
apparently.
yeah, money talks.
doing- not
So you're
doing
saying
well.
that there's hope for Marvel. These other people are doing it. They just haven't done it right. They just haven't done it right.
No, Marvel is doing it for a different reason. They're
Mm.
giving a message or whatever, and it's not working.
What message is
Okay.
that?
Yeah, what message?
I know.
Yeah,
you
what
kinda
is
can't
it?
tell
I
me.
believe we
You tell
asked you
me.
that last time and
Yeah.
you
You
never
tell
got
me.
answered.
What's the
tell
message,
me.
Ed?
Yeah, what is the
Pushing
message?
politics instead of story.
What's the message?
Your eyes are wide open.
Yes, we need to know what is
You
the
need to
message.
know?
Yes.
Pushing politics instead of story.
Oh, okay.
You take out story when
Mm.
story is less important, but everything
Which
else is.
which political point were they focusing on?
Oh, you tell me.
No, I'm asking
Oh,
Yeah, we're asking you.
you. Mhm.
yeah. You tell me, bitch.
When you put everything else instead of story, then it's going to fail, and it has
Yeah,
been
you
failing.
said that. What? Do you have a specific example to back up that statement?
Yes.
Go ahead.
Diversity for the sake of in that story.
Oh,
Which character was diversity hired or cast or written in? They're all accurately ethnic and gender and everything's correct. Go
yeah.
ahead, take your time.
What's her name?
What is her name?
What is her
Monica
name?
Rambeau?
okay.
She is black.
Monica
Yeah.
Rambo. What about her?
Nothing. Nothing at all.
Okay. Well,
Okay.
all right. Right.
You
Look,
don't want to go
dude, I
down
hated-
this rabbit hole?
I hated
Yeah,
the
we're
movie
just
as much
waiting
as
for you to
did,
answer.
But what's wrong with Monica Rambo?
Well, nothing is wrong with Monica Rambeau, but the way that Disney is portraying a lot of characters.
Oh.
Hey, all I'm saying is the box office doesn't
Look at
lie.
him struggling for words.
Yeah.
No, I'm trying to not struggle with
You're
words.
trying to navigate
I'm
correctly.
Hmm.
being careful with my words.
Yeah, we know.
Mm,
Yeah, we
that's what
know.
I'm saying.
Okay.
Good,
Okay.
good. Go ahead.
all right.
All
I'm
right.
not struggling with them because there's a lot of words that already came to mind. But I
Listen,
said,
he's trying to not insult the clams. Go ahead, Ed.
The who? Oh, they can get insulted all they want. They can be bent over if they want to or whatever. I don't know.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Oh my
Anyways.
God,
Yeah.
all
Right.
right,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yep. Dark side.
Anyways.
Yes. Holy shit.
Jesus
We're moving.
Christ.
Yeah, we're moving on. Anyways,
Good job navigating that fucking minefield. What the fuck?
Your Disney would like to.
He
Anyways.
specifically searched for the mines and
Mines,
stepped
yeah.
on them.
he literally did. And not only that, he set off a chain reaction
Yeah, he did. He did.
of
He did.
epic proportions. Like,
I love you, Ed. Don't
Oh, you know
change.
what? I'm gonna pivot real quick
Yeah.
here. You know, I saw a video. I'm just gonna do a real fast pivot here. That I don't know. You guys see this? You know, the PlayStation. What is that portable thing they have?
yeah, PlayStation Portable.
Oh, PlayStation.
no,
Remote.
The little handle thing,
Hand-
right?
handheld.
Yeah,
where you can
yeah.
like put the phone in and whatever.
No,
No,
You don't put
no,
anything
it's not
in
the
there.
phone.
It's just
Their new handheld. You know
Yes.
what I'm talking about?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
What is it? Okay.
Oh,
Whatever.
sorry.
You got
Yeah.
one?
No. Well, I kind of do. I kind of want one now, but I saw like a video of someone playing it on a plane. IGN
Yeah.
IGN had the video of them playing it on plane. Seamless. They're playing Spider-Man without any drop. It was beautiful.
PlayStation Portal.
Portal.
There we
Got
go.
me thinking that this might, and they get, and IGN, what was the review on IGN? They get a good review. I was shocked.
Yeah, it
'Cause
was like, I think it was like an 8 or 9 out of 10. It was very
yeah,
high.
I was
very
like,
high.
so I guess maybe the technology has arrived to the point where we can do that PlayStation Portal, and we
Where
thought
the-
that
what
make
country
any
they're playing it
sense.
in?
They're in the air, Ed.
Well, I mean, yeah. What country
What
in
airspace?
the air? Yeah.
What
what
airspace?
airspace?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm assuming the
I don't
United
know.
States.
Yeah,
So,
could be.
I mean, that's a factor though too. Like, what part of the United States?
North Korea.
I mean, it's
airspace.
it's Wi-Fi. It's Wi-Fi. So
Yeah.
it's like they could be playing off Starlink. I don't know, but the thing I was surprised about was they were in a plane and it was pretty seamless, in terms of inputs. And he was playing Spider-Man at very fast speed, and it was pretty impressive. So, I don't know. I'm considering.
I'm so
jumping
confused
on
by
the
what
train.
Ed was saying about the Wi-Fi. Why does it why is it, I'm confused. Why does it matter on the plane what country they're flying over? I'm just
Well,
curious.
because there are some parts of the country that well,
Crimea. They were flying over Crimea.
Like
Crimea,
maybe
okay.
he's
Therefore, it
talking
makes
about like
sense.
Yes.
Makes sense.
Japanese like infrastructure where they have like faster internet, right?
or
I-
better internet too. Yeah, and
I don't
cheaper
think
internet.
that's I don't think that's how
they
it
were.
works.
I think they
but-
were in the United States. There was
No,
a
that's
domestic,
definitely how it works. All right. Listen,
all right.
Ed is an engineer
Yes,
and he knows what he's talking about, right, Ed?
yes.
Yeah,
Okay,
exactly.
Also, just so I have Game Pass and I played Game Pass the cloud version of it on my
Mhm.
phone with controllers.
Dude, that one's hot garbage.
No, it's actually pretty good. I like it. So I've
I
played.
tried it and it's always like crummy.
Really?
Yeah.
It's been seamless for me, and I played it on my
Really?
Wi-Fi. Yeah, I played it on my my home
Huh.
Wi-Fi,
Wait,
and I
Junior,
played
what-
it.
Cloud
what,
gaming, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Huh.
Mhm.
Oh,
Alright.
so I go between cloud gaming, and you can also play games that are directly from your Xbox onto your phone. So I've done that. I've done
Yeah, but
both.
that's different. That's not cloud gaming.
No, but I've done.
Those
I've
are
done
two different
both.
things.
Yeah, you're
But
just
Yeah,
I'm
no.
streaming.
saying
You're
I've done.
remotely streaming.
When
it
you
off your-
stream, it's
Yeah.
fine. I've
Yeah.
had no issues streaming, but when it comes to like cloud gaming is where I always run into issues.
I've never had issue with any because I've played
I
both.
believe
I played from my
PlayStation
console
Portable
and cloud.
is streaming off your console. I could
Yeah,
be wrong.
it was,
Yeah,
I think
I don't think
no,
it's cloud
it's
streaming.
from your
anything.
console.
It's streaming
Yeah.
for your console.
So
Yeah.
but that's pretty impressive. If you're, I thought it was a pretty impressive like tech demo, and for something that I think universally we'd all written off as stupid. I'm surprised to see it perform so well and got such great reviews. So
I still think it's
no,
stupid,
am I,
but
am I gonna
Sony
get it? No,
overall,
but when it bombs
they're
and it
good
goes
when
on
it comes to
clearance,
their
I might.
hardware.
Oh.
I still think it's stupid because you're
I'm still in the
That
market
compared
to buy
to
a. I'm
the-
still in the market to buy a Vita. If I see a Vita cheap, I will be buying a Vita.
with no games.
There's tons of games on the Vita.
I mean, now
Mm.
Oh,
Vita's-
but
But
there's
how
tons of
many,
games I never played that are really
there's-
like launched
yeah,
on the Vita.
Japan-
How many
I think Japan's
UMDs
still-
are you gonna purchase?
how many
The
what?
movies, remember? You could buy like the
Oh, the
Oh, yeah.
UMD? No,
The
those
movies,
are
yeah.
UMD movies.
PlayStation Portable.
I
yeah.
have a few. That's funny. I have like 2 or 3 UMDs for my portable, my PSP. So
Lost media,
Hey,
baby.
yeah,
Lost media.
hey,
Hell yeah!
don't hate on it, man.
Does
It
anyone
works.
remember the Sony mini disc? I used
Yeah.
to rock
Yeah,
them.
yeah.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Remember the Walkman.
That was top technology back in the day. Like if you had
Sony
that,
has always been very like aggressive with pushing formats on
new media formats, yeah.
everything. And their success rate's pretty high, Blu-ray and everything. So, but yeah, they do have a variety of physical formats that they've put out there.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you think about like old school Walkman. I mean, back in the day, the Walkman
Ooh.
dominated technology, or dominated the industry for a very long time. And even now, if you can get yourself like a mint Walkman, you can get some good money off of it. So yeah,
They
it was
pushed
really,
the game industry to go disc-based
yeah,
because it was
Yeah.
Nintendo was not going disc-based.
it wasn't. It absolutely was not. So
No, the Walkman was awesome. Remember, you used to have to like change your walking pattern to avoid the skipping.
well,
If
that's
like
when
you
they
strapped your Walkman to your
That's
like
before
hip.
they had the what is
Rocker?
it called?
even
Systems,
with the
whatever?
anti-skip, you could only do
anti-skip.
so much.
Yeah, anti-skip. I mean, I remember when I had anti-skip Walkman, and I remember begging my parents for it. I finally got one. I used to torture the hell out of things to see how much I could actually move to try to get it to skip, and it was a pain in the ass because I remember back in the day, like we didn't have pockets that big to put our whole CD Walkman into it,
No.
so we had to like have the little accessory clip on your
Yeah,
belt.
I would clip it onto my belt, son.
Yeah, like you thought you were the shit. And you had to have your AA batteries on the side just to make sure, just in case
Hell
your
yeah.
Walkman died. Yeah, it was good times.
I just
Good
put 'em
times.
on.
Next
book bag.
generation will never know the joys of physical media and having to lug around CDs and DVDs.
Ooh,
and
remember-
games.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah,
this
right.
one
Albums,
was people would
albums.
have that little like folder or little filing thing
On
under
your card thing.
visor,
Visor, yeah.
where you would like stick 10 CDs.
Ed
so you could,
Underground,
like,
Ed
pick your
Underground
favorite
had this.
CDs.
He
Ed
still
Underground
had- he
I
still
had the
has
double
it.
one. I had the double one. I don't know why I had it anymore.
Ed's still rocking the CD changer on his trunk.
Yeah.
My trunk? Wait, what?
Scion, baby.
Yeah, baby. I mean,
I've never used my
That comes stock. That
I
comes
haven't
stock
even
in
used
that
my
model.
CD player at all. I'm
I'm
all stream based now.
stream based
It's a
now.
notable
Nice.
feature.
Yeah,
Nice, nice.
Spotify.
Spotify. Nice.
Yeah, had to.
Do you remember back in the day, like the nameplates you had to have in your car? Like, remember those like Sony nameplates you could put in your car and you could actually detach them? And they had the like the little liquid display in the front.
Yeah,
And people used to think like if you had that like liquid display, the one
you're
that
cool.
well, that one when you could take off was cool, but the one
Oh,
that
right,
that could
yeah.
actually fold out and like fold
Yeah.
back into it. Oh
Yeah.
my god! like,
Yeah, that was
those are
cool.
those are so cool back in the day.
Mhm.
I remember even when I didn't have a car, I used to go to like Best Buy or Circuit City and just go to that section and just look at them like
Just,
one
I
day.
just hit it. Just hit it and just,
Just
see the do the
Thing
thing.
flip. Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
like, man, I'm like, oh,
I
it's so
guarantee you, if they brought that back, it would sell. It would be like a momentary thing, but it would sell again. Like how they brought Polaroids back, and it did sell for a good minute.
cool.
If they
I
brought
don't
the
think so.
Walkman back, yeah, for
How would
like,
they bring
I
it
don't know
back?
Like a
about
limited
I don't
release.
think. I don't even think modern
People are gonna
dashboards can accommodate
enjoy
it.
having something less convenient.
Yeah,
I mean, just for like a momentary release, limited release, like bring them up
Where are you
back.
gonna, where are you gonna put it though? That doesn't make any sense.
That's the joy of it, I
Okay,
guess.
okay, he
Oh.
nailed it.
got it.
Um,
Figure it out,
all right.
Tesla owners.
yeah, right. Elon's gonna listen to this podcast and be like, you know what? All right,
That's
let's
the
get
joy of it.
yeah,
Bust
yeah.
out the Walkman.
Yeah, but
Bust
forget
out the
forget
Walkman.
the screen and the joy of wireless Apple CarPlay and all this other stuff that these new car makers are having. Hey, let's bring back the Walkman, folks, and just
Oh, Dark Side. How much is that PlayStation Portable thing?
I don't know.
I think it's
I
like
don't know.
300. I think.
Dreamcast, you were looking at it real quick. It's over. It's
200,
overpriced.
200.
Now,
Oh, really?
You could do
Yeah.
the same
That's
thing.
not
on-
that
But
bad,
the thing is,
actually.
you can't get
Whoa,
it. You
whoa,
can't
whoa.
get it for retail right now. It's really hard to get. So
200, not bad. I thought it was like
okay.
4.
like if you let me see.
Well, it
on-
probably is in the reseller market.
yeah in the reseller
Yeah.
market. Let's see.
Yeah,
See,
I-
oh,
I
that's
can
not
do
too
I'm
bad.
this
definitely
on my
down.
phone. I could do this on my phone with the Game Pass, whether it be the streaming from console to phone or
Yeah, but the problem there is Game Pass. So
well, no, like I said, whatever game you have on your console, you can also stream that from your console to your phone. So
Well,
Batman, KI, Cyberpunk, like those 3 games I just mentioned, I play it on my phone, whether it be in my mother's household or just like traveling, whatever. I've done that.
I do remember Ed playing it at his mother's household, so I do agree to
False.
that.
False.
I came downstairs to eat some of his
Excited.
cereal, and I was like,
False.
You were going downstairs to rehydrate. And
Yeah.
then you
False.
need
noticed
those electrolytes.
yeah,
False.
yeah. I was quite parched, so
False. All I'm saying is what PlayStation is offering, you could do that with Game Pass on your phone. So.
well, talking
Yeah,
about
but-
that, that's an interesting segue because it was actually just
wow.
put out data was just put out that the PlayStation 5 has sold 3-1 of the current Xbox generation. So Sony's obviously doing something somewhat correct. Yeah, it's actually crazy. So the PlayStation 5 has sold more than the
But-
Xbox Series
Whoa,
X
whoa,
and
whoa,
S
whoa, whoa.
combined.
All
3
right,
times.
All right. Is this current to this year?
Current to this year, sir.
How's that possible? We got Game Pass. We got Starfield. Do they not know about the greatest RPG ever made?
Starfield?
they
yeah,
don't.
yeah,
I
Starfield,
guess
right?
they
Starfield.
don't.
Yeah, it's
Groundbreaking.
Starfield is so
Are you
amazing.
saying Starfield didn't move units for Xbox? Like,
Well, it did move something.
Yikes.
They were
how much
the
did that
Skyrim
Bethesda acquisition cost?
a lot of money.
Yikes.
we're
Too
talking about-
much.
yeah.
If you ask me.
Hey, I'm
but the-
happy with it.
Well, the
I'm
funny
happy with
thing is,
you.
it did move some Skyrim modders. They were making a multiplayer experience for Starfield, and they promptly quit the mod because they said, and I quote, the game was too boring. So, I mean, Starfield is moving units. I mean, Xbox is, quickly closing the gap on PlayStation. It's absolutely insane. So, I mean, PlayStation obviously is doing something correct. it's crazy because you would think that with Game Pass and all the value that it brings, that people would just be buying Xboxes left and right, but it doesn't really seem to be the case. It's a little awkward.
Now, do they know about
I'm happy
Hi-Fi
with
Rush
Xbox.
though? Hi-Fi Rush.
I don't think they
Some
do.
don't.
No.
I don't think they
Some
do.
don't.
If
It's a
they
We got
good
to get the
game.
word out on Hi-Fi Rush here.
If they did,
Good
it
game.
would definitely sell a lot more units, and that's
Have you
the thing.
played Hi-Fi Rush, Dark Side?
I have not had the pleasure at all. So
Sad.
Yeah.
Shame.
incredibly sad.
Shame.
Yeah,
Uh,
I've only
but-
watched you play, and I was so excited. I rushed immediately to turn off my Xbox, and
No
I
pun
said,
intended.
"Yeah." So
You said you had to get it right then and there.
yeah, I had to get it right then and
As
there.
as you should.
I also
should.
did. I also
Yeah.
saw you stream it, and I went right to bed and said, "I will do this first thing in the morning."
First
As
thing.
you should.
And
First
so-
thing in the morning.
Several months later, still haven't done it. But hey, it's
Okay.
going to happen eventually. When PlayStation has gone bankrupt and for some reason it has collapsed, I will download Hi-Fi Rush and enjoy the beauty that is.
It's a good game.
It is.
Ed, what do you say? Like, what's old Phil Spencer doing wrong here? What do we got to do here to get up one over Sony?
Well, I know there's a lot of games in development right now, so when
Oh.
that comes out, it's going to be
There you go.
amazing. There's
Nice.
one game
Okay.
I'm looking forward to, 2024.
I'm pretty much forced to ask this every time. So, are we still on this being the year of the Xbox? Just quickly.
Hell yeah.
Hell
Hell
yeah.
yeah, baby.
Yeah.
Maybe.
It's the year of
Maybe
the Xbox.
we
Now
did,
it's a
how
maybe.
many
Now it's a
days do we
maybe.
have left before the year is over?
I don't know.
11 days.
11 days.
maybe?
So
Yeah.
in these 11 days, you're proclaiming something huge is going to happen, and
Stand by.
it's going
Stand
to
by.
stand
Stand
as
by.
the
I mean, some things already happened, so hey.
what's happened.
KI, Hi-Fi Rush.
Hey,
Yeah,
Hey, you can't argue against that.
Hey,
That's
10
pure
year
logic.
anniversary, baby.
10-year.
10
I
year
mean,
anniversary, baby.
The results speak for themselves.
Yeah,
Yes.
it does. The one game you said, "Oh, they're done," blah 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 blah, and hey, 10 years later, came back with an update, and people are happy. So,
Okay.
yeah,
All right.
awesome. Yeah,
Looks
that's
like they're
great.
doing it.
I feel like,
yeah.
man,
Very cool.
how
the
many
amount
fighting
of
games
coke-
do you know has lasted past 5 years? Meaning like online. Not that many, if any.
I mean, online. There's a lot of fighting games.
Online servers like that has people still playing it, that is constantly updated, that the
Street
servers are
Fighter,
still
the
online.
last Street Fighter, still like last couple Street Fighters still going.
Yeah, they're still
Yeah,
going.
Well,
I
I mean,
mean,
6 just
Mortal
happened.
Kombat.
Technically,
Mortal Kombat
Super
6.
Street Fighter 2 Turbo still has a huge following.
Yeah.
Keep playing
If
online.
you want to get down to the nitty gritty.
They keep playing online.
Yeah, there's
Yeah, you
there's
play it online.
yeah.
Street Fighter 2,
Yes.
So being
the
held
original
even at
2D
Evo.
fighter.
Yes, the original 2D fighter, the old school
You
Super
talking about
Street Fighter 2 Turbo.
the HD remake or whatever?
No, Ed. Even at the place that you always talk about, what is it called, where they have the Mortal Kombat tournaments?
Evo,
Not Evo, the other one.
Evo.
Combo Breaker.
Combo Breaker. Combo
Yeah.
Breaker hosts Super Street Fighter 2 tournaments.
I'm talking about online.
They're still online. All right, so now you're putting like roadblocks, but yeah, even
I
online,
never
there's
put
still
a roadblock.
Super
I
Street
said
Fighter 2
online.
scene.
Killer
There's still
Instinct
a-
is the greatest game of all time. Good
It's
Alright.
one of
luck.
them. It's one of them.
Well done, Ed Underground. Another successful year at Xbox. Well,
the year
let's,
of the Xbox.
Yeah, you're missing out, baby.
Hey,
so
hey,
know-
it is what it is. It is what it
It
is.
You're
is,
missing out.
It is what it is.
But wasn't there some Sony news out this week?
Sony news.
Sony.
not that I know of.
The leak.
Oh, Insomniac leak.
Oh,
Yes. So yeah, a hacker group pretty much hacked into Insomniac and found a whole bunch of data and trailers for Wolverine. What else was there? That's
Other like future games. and
future
stuff.
games. Yeah, other future projects. And they were asking, I believe, somewhere the ballpark of a couple million from
Mhm.
Sony. And Sony said, nope, we are not paying that. And the hackers did, in fact, leak everything as they said they would. So,
Mhm.
you know, great for them on keeping their word. I have to give them kudos for that. But yeah, they ended up leaking all the data that Sony had or Insomniac had, and I haven't looked at any of the information, or I haven't looked at any of the.
Well, that was the thing. Like, why would you look at it? Because it's all raw footage. So, like, you could see some of the game footage, and it's from what I hear, it's like it's very raw and underdeveloped. You know what I mean? So
It was
like,
kind of like the GTA 6 raw like release
Yeah.
or pre-release. It was
yeah.
just kind of like, why am I really going to be excited for?
Yeah,
Because it's like
yeah.
it doesn't really show me what the final fidelity of the game is going to look like. It doesn't tell me anything about the story, so I'm just kind of like, it's whatever.
Even though I believe there is like story elements that are in there, but like, why would you ruin that for yourself? You know what I mean? Like, why would you?
People
Go on
like
there.
Well, for some
getting like
people-
the news as soon as they can.
Yeah,
Yeah, so I'm
yeah, I
totally
guess.
against it, but I can see why some people do it for clicks, for views. In this case, the one dude who did, or dudes who did this, for money, apparently.
Why'd you assume it's guys?
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, that's a
dude
very
can-
sexist assumption.
well,
Yeah,
I know some women who call other women or guys dudes too. So
We'll
hey.
get back in the minefield
Or
here.
bro.
Yeah, we're going to the minefield.
Well, there's some people-
Abort.
some-
Nah, steer away.
Steer, yeah,
steer
it's-
away.
No. You can't
Yeah.
blow up this stallion here. So
All right.
Okay.
All right.
I know people who are not guys, who are
Oh,
girls.
he's doubling
women,
down. Okay, cool,
who
awesome.
have called others bro or dude.
That's
It's a
exactly
thing.
that's what you were saying, right?
I've called some girls.
And I'm not saying what you're
dude.
calling. I'm saying in this situation, that's what you were referring to, right? When you're saying dudes, you mean all genders, correct?
I mean everybody.
Okay, cool.
Every
Okay,
human,
see,
yes.
thank you for the clarification. Just wanted to make sure.
Everyone's a dude.
Everyone's a dude. He's a dude. She's
He's
a dude.
She's a
this
dude. We're
all
exactly.
dudes.
We're
Yeah.
all dudes. Hey,
Yeah.
yeah, exactly.
I need Ed.
Thank
You need to show up at like the Olympics to argue for some of these people who are like trying to get into like female sports, and you'd be like, "Hey, she's a dude. He's a dude. We're all dudes. So why can't we just all get along?" Right?
that would solve all problems.
Yeah,
Literally, they'd be
Ed-
like,
Ed needs to be the proponent.
So
for all this.
let me ask you this, since you bring this up,
Oh,
Darkseid. Yeah,
God.
hey, you open the door.
Ah,
Do you
shit.
think it's good
Mhm.
that a biologically born male?
Oh no.
No,
Okay,
yeah, we're
Easy
moving,
now.
we're moving,
No,
we're
we're
moving.
not
Easy
going
now.
there. Okay,
Anyways,
No,
You
we
brought
are
it
not
up.
Not doing that.
Ed,
So-
I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to
Yeah.
veto this. We're not going into
yeah.
this.
Anyways, so
right.
Marvel news. So one
Yes.
thing that we were talking about earlier, and this finally
Big
big
huge
news.
Marvel news.
Huge. This has a lot of implications for sure. Jonathan Majors was found guilty on some charges of, I think, aggravate or assault. I think there were misdemeanors of assault and I believe battery. I don't have the actual full article in front of me.
It's, he was found not guilty for the second account, but guilty for the first account. I forgot what the first one was though.
What is the first one?
You have to look it up.
I
Creamcast.
don't know.
Because he was guilty for the first one, but not the second one.
Okay,
But still,
so
the first one was bad.
Anyways, so in either case, yeah, he was found guilty, which that's what we care about. Found guilty. So at this point, yeah, it says found for assault and harassment. So I think there were misdemeanors, so it's not felony, but he still got canned. As far as we know, I don't know if it's 100% official.
It's official.
Yeah, he's officially canned.
He's
yes.
official canned. So okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's been canned from Marvel, and the future of Kang is kind of in the balance right now. We don't know what Marvel is going to do. We don't know if Marvel is going to bring somebody in to replace Kang, or are we just going to be done with Kang altogether and move on to what we said before was the next possible
They
person.
fumbled Kang so hard.
Well, they absolutely
I think
ruined
it's probably good to just move on.
Yeah, well,
It would
They
be.
totally fumbled the character.
they did. They absolutely fumbled him, and we said that like the next person who makes most logical sense outside of Kang would be Doctor Doom. So, they could definitely switch the timeline. I think with Ant-Man, they already shown that Kang, the Conqueror that we know, is already gone. Or they could spin it like, hey, he got destroyed or killed when he got pulled into the quantum verse. So
Realm thing.
yeah, so he could be gone, and the teaser at the end really just doesn't happen. Maybe it could be explained away due to Loki to an extent. We don't know. But yeah, that's kind of, I'm a little upset by this action.
I
Only
am too.
because I don't believe the crime fits the punishment. I think right now Disney is being a little too crazy about trying to keep their image clean. Especially when in the past they have taken chances on actors who have done, I don't say similar things, but have done other things that they've been charged and been guilty of. So I feel like this situation is not worthy of canceling him. I don't think anybody was out there, for the most part. I didn't see any real traffic on people saying, "Oh, we're going to boycott Marvel if he's found guilty of this," or whatever else. So I feel like the crime doesn't fit the punishment, but that's what we have to deal with right now at the moment. Somebody said in the comments on one of the videos I was watching about it that it would be crazy if Terrence Howard came in and he was the new Kang. He's like, I'm Kang, man.
I was going to say something like that. Terrence Howard, or even who did what's his name? Dang, Tony Stark. Who played Tony Stark?
Robert Downey Jr.
Robert Downey Jr.
Yeah, what if Robert Downey Jr. actually reprised his
like
role?
Tropic Thunder.
Yeah, Tropic Thunder.
Thunder.
Yeah, I saw the meme about that. Yeah, he's the new Kang.
It can work though.
Which is crazy. It's just like Jonathan Majors was literally on the rise as one of like the biggest actors in recent time. And like in the past past year or two. And yeah, meteoric rise and kind of a meteoric fall. Hopefully it doesn't affect his other future projects, but yeah, to get dropped from Marvel, I don't feel like that really says anything about his career, honestly. I feel like Marvel is just being overly sensitive.
To get dropped from Disney, I don't think it's as big of a curse as anyone thinks, because everyone already knows that Disney has like a specific
look.
Like a specific
reputation
that they try to upkeep.
Right.
So outside of that, like, I don't think it's really going to affect him as long as he, keeps delivering good performances.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hope that he stay. Like, let's be honest, the performances we really like this guy in is not the Disney movies.
It's not the Disney stuff.
And the other movies he does in between.
Yeah.
Really, like even Creed, like
Creed was phenomenal, but
so hopefully
Creed
this doesn't affect.
Really good,
This doesn't affect those opportunities for him. But you know what I mean? I understand if anyone feels that it should, you know what I mean? So
I can't think of one person that I've come across, or even like online, that said, "Oh, he deserved what he got," or whatever. I haven't seen any of that, any like backlash from this or anything like that. I think Majors is a great actor. Disney and outside of Disney, he was great in Creed. Even though I don't think Disney delivered on the Kane character, I thought that he played Kane very well, whether it be Ant-Man or Loki. I think it was great in those roles. But just the character Kane itself, they just kill him off.
Well, I think they did. They did. Isn't he officially killed off as of right now in Ant-Man?
Well, King the Conqueror.
Did he die at the end of Ant-Man?
They were they were vague about that. They were
vague.
Yeah, very vague.
What I'm saying is, could they just play it off? Yeah, he died.
I literally just
they
said
could.
They could.
Yeah.
I literally just talked about that.
Yeah.
Did they?
No, yeah, I literally just talked about that. I was like, oh my. Good.
I'm doing my best at Underground here.
Yeah, you're definitely not paying attention. But yeah, no. I mean, at the end of the day, it's crazy. They could spin it however they want to. I think at this point, I would rather them just kill off the character and just be done with it and continue moving on. I believe that.
Yeah.
I believe that. I mean, from Loki, I think they gave it a solid finish on that end. They gave us a decent finish on Ant-Man. Well, I'll say decent. It was a lackluster ending for Ant-Man. But then they did have the teaser trailer where the Council of Kangs were talking about, we're going to move or whatever else. It's time, to move on our war. And
now, didn't I... You guys are going to say no, but I'll have to do research to pull this out.
Okay.
Yes, you did call it out.
I called it, didn't I?
You did call it.
I called the Kang Dynasty was a false trailer, like a title.
Yes.
and it wasn't going to end up being.
Yes, you did. Yeah.
Yes, but you said it for different reasons though.
I
You
said it for
said-
a different reason, but
yes.
still,
You said it was like a
can we-
mislead or something.
Yeah, yeah.
But I prophetic future baby. You could
No, you're rewriting history. You're rewriting history at this point.
The golden child is
Yeah,
basically what I'm trying to get at.
Definitely not the golden child.
If
I
you're the golden child,
you
then
guys
I'm,
need to invest in what my timeshare here.
Well,
I've
You're the golden
proven-
child, and I'm Eddie Murphy.
Well, to be fair, like his investment did pay off somewhat. Like he's completely wrong on the context of why the name would be changed, but the name is probably going to change, or the story is going to change.
No.
So,
Kang Dynasty is confirmed. Has been scrapped as it's being.
Now
It's called Avengers something now, just like a 5 or 6 or whatever.
Now.
What they just call what they call it is just Avengers 5. They don't know what
Avengers
it's going
5
to be.
is,
They don't know what they're going to call it. What it's going to deal with. They're I know in the background of Marvel, they're probably shitting bricks right now because somebody made the executive decision to release Majors. Kevin Feige, he's been doing his world building. He probably like, we got this in the bag. And then this whole Jonathan Majors shit showed up. And now he's probably like, shit, I have to rebuild all this and actually make sense. Now, granted, the average Marvel person who's going to be watching this is probably not going to care, or like the future movies are not going to care too much for the end continuity. In between, like, this incident and future Marvel movies. But for us, we'll know. And be like, this doesn't make sense. This is a blemish. Overall, this is a blemish to the Marvel Cinematic Universe, more so than anything else, because at least everything for the Marvel Cinematic Universe has kind of panned out, right? This one is the one thing that the story it doesn't seem like it will pan out. Unless
it's in line with the train wreck that is phase
5.
Phase
4 and 5.
Whatever this is, phases we're in. But it's about in line with their luck.
Yeah, it is. And it kind of sucks because it's just like, damn, like everybody's saying, like, Jonathan Majors is a great actor. He played Kang perfectly. I thought he did Kang very well. And now we are losing that source of talent. It's just like, shit, like this really sucks. So we'll see what happens.
There's more talented people out there. It's not that huge a loss. I mean, it's a huge loss in terms of the potential that we could have gotten. Now, if it's the character, which Kang is a real cool character, you could still do like the character inherently and the idea of variance, like it's really set up for them to keep going with Kang
somebody else.
He could come out of that as a younger actor, older actor. You could go and be like, oh, this is the older version of Kang, this is the younger version of Kang.
And Kang doesn't have to be black either. He could they could change him to someone else, so that'll be great. They could
swamped in the correct direction. Ed, how do you feel about that?
Yeah. How do you feel about that?
It's a variant, so heck yeah, go for it.
No. This would be the not variant. This would be the real one.
This would be swapped back to the correct, the comic book accurate.
What is the real one now?
Is white.
Okay. Then
so
do
it would
that.
Be a correction swap.
Sure, do that then.
Yeah, correction swap. Absolutely. Like now.
Yeah, sure, do that then. But here's another thing though.
That one counts.
Yeah, they blipped the black one out of. They blipped his timeline.
He kind of blimped himself out. But
we're banning you to the 1860s, boy.
Oh God. Here's another thing though. So Majors was a phenomenal Kane. If they continue with this whole Kane story and someone else had to play Kane, he's got some shoes to fill, or she, I don't know,
or no fill. I don't know.
I don't know. I mean, because I do like Majors as Kane, even though I don't like how they directed Kane. He played a great Kane.
Oh, how awesome would that be though if they changed the Kane to a woman? Yo,
I mean, at this point,
that would be awesome. Like a brutal Kang that's a woman, like kind of like what's her name? Sophie.
Sylvie.
Yeah, like Sylvie.
Sylvie, yeah.
Yeah, Sylvie. And like make her actually like brutal. And I'm not talking about like I'm the goddess of death. Like no, like make her absolutely like vicious and just killing Avengers left and right. That would be amazing.
I mean, they could. I mean, they got the setup already for like the whole band of.
Why not cast like 5 different actors as Kang? They could conceivably do that.
I mean,
because it's just
they probably were doing
out.
Yeah,
they probably were doing that. Just different variations of Jonathan Majors. I mean, we saw 3. We saw Kane the Conqueror. We saw He Who Remains, and we saw the 1800s.
Yeah, but they're all played by the
Majors.
same actor, right?
That's what I'm saying. I mean, they could do
Yeah.
that with somebody else.
Well, they'll have to change it. They'll have to like quickly explain it, or maybe not even explain it. And show,
don't even explain it.
Yeah, just show me like we know what happened. Have just totally new actors come in. The problem is that like actors that are possibly loyal to Jonathan Majors as a friend
Ooh.
may not take that role because of maybe they're boycotting the decision. We don't know.
But you know what? I think they should just scrap it. Scrap Kane entirely because Kane really hasn't done anything. Really.
I think if we were looking at all the possible scenarios, I think the safest thing for them to do is just, you're right, scrap it and move on. Will they do that? I don't know. There's a variety of possibilities they can go.
I think it's
just
more of
don't
a
want
work.
them to. Here's my fear is that I think the general consensus is like Doctor Doom is the next big thing they want to build towards, right?
Right.
I don't want them to rush out Doctor Doom and screw that up because they got to fill some
Yeah.
hole in this huge gap they have. So I don't know about that. I'd rather, because Doctor Doom deserves like the Thanos treatment. Like
Well, he needs better than Thanos. Honestly, he needs much.
Yeah,
better.
he needs
Because I mean, I know we had like theory crafted that Thanos was going to come about Doctor Doom was going to come about due to Kane.
Kane, yeah.
Yeah, he was going to learn he was going to learn technology from him, and then magic from whoever they were going to make him learn magic from. So having those two worlds put together, that would have been an easy kind of layup for them to do. I personally, if I had my choice, I would just change out Kang the Conqueror with an equally talented actor. Personally, I would just go all in, like Darkseid said, and just get several actors who play Kang the Conqueror and all the different Kangs very well, and just completely have fun with this. Change them to women, black, white, and then just be different versions, or different races of Kang. And I think that would be really cool. Just as a mix up and a switch up, and just to see all the different personalities of Kang. That would be completely awesome, I think, in my mind. While I'm not going to necessarily boycott Marvel because of this, I am just disappointed in Marvel and how they're just trying to treat their image at the moment. I'm like, if this was like a felony case, I'll be like a little bit more okay, I can understand. But since this was, I believe this was misdemeanor, I would take it with a grain of salt. But I understand Marvel wants to keep its clean image. I get it. It's a weird time to be an actor at the moment. Like, you have to have a clean record.
they did hang on right till
the very end.
Well, they hung on to see, yeah.
And
they could have dropped him earlier on.
They could have.
I did give him his image.
Yeah, I mean, I do give him credit for that, but at the same time, it's just like this is a tricky. From what I've glossed over. I haven't looked in depth into the case and everything else. I saw some of the videos, so I have a limited opinion. But outside, in my limited opinion, I just think that they could have done. I don't see it as being such a big deal as it should be. I feel like this is one of those situations you can give him a little grace for this. Like, hey, him with the Ezra Miller treatment, right? Like, hey, all right, if you screw up again and you kidnap an indigenous woman, then we're gonna let you go. But even then, they didn't let Ezra.
They didn't let him go. You bring up a good point. Now,
you should have worked for DC.
Would they do this if we were on?
I was going to say that
3 months out from Kang Dynasty coming out, would they still have the same feelings? Probably.
Well, no. What do it matter? Because the movie's done at that point.
That's the thing with Ezra Miller, right? They had a major movie on the line, so they had to like walk on eggshells and put him in containment underground. And
but those are different companies.
Not come out in any which way, definitively by firing him or not firing him. They had to like be super subtle.
Well, to be fair,
those are two different companies.
But the difference is that they didn't have a verdict.
They are very good at underground.
They didn't have a verdict. I don't think when Ezra Miller was.
They didn't have a verdict. But they had like the same.
They had
thing.
A lot of controversy.
Yeah, it's a lot of controversy for sure.
Yeah,
a lot of controversy.
No, absolutely. I agree with that. But what I'm saying ultimately is that I feel like with the Jonathan Majors situation that they could have gave it a little bit of grace and just said, hey, hey, you screwed up. We're going to give you a slap on the wrist. Yeah. If you mess up one more time, we're going to let you go. I feel like.
And I don't want to be a pessimist, but I think that you would have gotten that if we were closer, if the film was fully shot and
Yeah.
done,
Sure.
and they had money on the line,
Yeah.
we
I
would
don't
have had
know.
that compassion from them. But I think that they're just looking at a bottom line, and they're just like,
Well, it seems like most of the black community was pretty much against this, Marvel's decision to get rid of him. So it was, if you're going to listen, I feel like that was the loudest voices in this case. So I would think that Disney would listen to the loudest voices. But we've seen Disney kind of, they sway back and forth on that. So
Oh yeah,
oh,
they do.
shut up.
They do. Oh yeah, they do.
Wakanda forever. And but that brings up a good point. Like, other people have said have done some dumb stuff and said some dumb stuff, and Disney kind of shut them up. So I'm not gonna call it specific actors.
now what if this trial concluded during Batman History Month? Would they have fired him during Batman History Month?
Wow.
No, they couldn't have. They couldn't have.
That's to say.
The
He could
blowback from
potentially
that.
be Batman.
The blowback from that would have been absolutely devastating. So,
I can see him doing it. No, I can see him doing it. I can see him doing it.
I don't
do
think,
think,
I
though,
don't think they would do it.
no,
If
I
he
don't
was
think so.
if Majors was in a DC movie, slap on the wrist. They wouldn't care. They would keep moving, keep rolling.
No, you're giving DC too much credit. They're just as
Yeah, I am.
much of fuck ups as anyone else.
But I think
Yeah,
I think the difference between, it's just really the level of
Warner
movies,
Brothers
right?
is worse technically.
Well, I'll say Warner Brothers. The thing is that also
Warner Brothers have scrapped entire films with people in them.
Yes.
They have a horrible track record. I forgot the name of the dude running Warner Brothers right now. He's an asshole. So he's like, there was a Roadrunner movie fully completed,
Yep.
like CG movie. Like I freaking love Roadrunner and Wile E. Coyote. It was done. They just scrapped it for the tax break.
Yeah.
And then Batgirl,
Whoa.
like, I mean,
I want
I
to see
don't have
Batgirl.
much. I do too, but it got scrapped for no other reason but a tax break. I mean,
Yeah.
like, that sucks.
It may be
Yeah.
because of the Flash too, maybe, but yeah.
No, it got.
I don't know.
No,
If
it
they
got.
can make money off it, they would have made money off
No,
it.
Batgirl was done before Flash, so the fact that they scrapped it, and I mean, it was mixed
No, it was
consensus.
done before Flash, but apparently there is something that was possibly connected to Flash.
Yeah, but then
Yeah.
you re-edit the Flash. You don't scrap not $1 billion, but a multi-million-dollar film. It's cheaper to edit the Flash than it is
That's what they did. That's the funny thing. They did
Yeah.
that, but
and
the
they
thing,
ended up doing it. Yeah.
yeah, I'm just saying with the Batgirl, like, if you've already completed, I know there was mixed consensus on whether Batgirl was good. Some people say it was horrible. Some people say it was good. And I mean,
But at the end of the day, we didn't know.
we're the true audience. So
All we know for sure is that it got scrapped because of a tax break.
yeah, so it kind of sucks.
I don't see Marvel doing that yet, or Disney doing that yet. Or they do it, we don't see it. But
well, they're going to probably do it with Jonathan Majors. So with the
is
the
it
K.
fully completed? Well, I don't think there's anything.
Oh,
fully
it's
completed.
it's complete.
Yeah.
No. Well, look, that's
That
the
would
thing
be
for
crazy.
Marvel. Yeah, well,
There's
Marvel.
nothing they've
there's nothing
done
there.
Marvel wise
They
that's
just-
been like scrapped.
Yeah,
Just
Kevin Feige.
shot.
Kevin Feige's gonna now just have to rewrite the script and figure out how
Yeah.
he's gonna make these timelines work. So it is what it is.
Well, it's got a whole year. We got no other no Marvel movies, MCU movies coming out next year. So except Deadpool.
None at all.
Deadpool 3. Yeah.
But
Oh,
that's not MCU, or it is. We don't
It
know. We'll
is,
find out.
Maybe.
Yeah.
is it MCU?
Is
We don't know.
MCU.
It's an ambiguous. It's gonna play around with it. We know how it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what? It's probably not in the MCU. That movie will open up with the 20th Century Fox logo. Then it'll
Mhm.
go into the Marvel fanfare.
Yeah.
Then it'll show the Disney. You know, Ryan Reynolds probably fucked with you the
Yeah.
whole way.
Yeah, he's gonna do
That's
it.
so.
5 minutes of intros.
Yeah, and you know, there's gonna be cameos from all across. Like Jason Momoa and Aquaman would probably be a cameo in that movie,
Yeah.
just to fuck with everyone.
Henry
but
Cavill.
yeah, so I don't know where it falls in. I'm sure
You
ultimately
never
he
know.
is MCU character. But yeah, no, nothing next year. It's all being put on hold.
Yeah.
That's
So-
crazy.
Well,
It's
I mean, they
wild.
need it. I think we can all agree they need it.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
do.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they need it for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll see. I mean, there's already been big leaks as far as Deadpool 3 and some of the cameos in there. So
I'm staying the hell
yeah,
away.
stay away
those.
from it.
Hey, you know
I
what,
haven't-
folks, listeners and viewers, we're not going to be reporting on those leaks.
No, I
Do you
No.
agree?
yeah, I'm not
I don't
reporting
know
on
that
them.
much.
Yeah, I see, like, as soon as I see like a Deadpool 3 cameo, I just instantly just blank
Blank
my
away.
mind. Yeah. So
Yeah.
I recommend doing it because Deadpool 3 looks like it's going to be a very fun movie. Just
Yeah,
from what Ryan Reynolds and I mean the one person we already know that's already been confirmed in it is
Hugh Jackman.
Hugh Jackman. So
Yeah.
like after that,
Mm.
I really don't want to know anything else. So kind of curious to see what will happen. And yeah, I would recommend any of our listeners and viewers to just stay away from it and be surprised like the rest of us. Enjoy the ride for sure.
Well said. Well
I'm
said.
gonna take you
Yes.
for a ride. Take you for a ride.
All right, so moving on, let's get to our main topic.
Yes, let's get to it.
So main topic today we're going to be discussing, like in our title, is Monarch episodes 1-5. Obviously last week we talked about Godzilla -1, so this is just an easy segue into another side of Godzilla. Now this is the Western Monsterverse version of Godzilla that is being hosted and was produced by the lovely studio Apple TV Plus, which was quite a surprise. Did not think it was going to be there of all places. I would think it would be somewhere like HBO or somewhere else, but was not expecting whatsoever for it to be on Apple TV Plus. But it is, and yeah, let's go ahead and get into the conversation.
Yeah, I had to pay $10 for that thing.
Yeah, you're correct. I'd never thought about that. Why isn't it on HBO Max? Because it's isn't WB? Aren't the new Monsterverse movies WB?
I have no idea.
I know they stream. I know they stream on WB.
No.
I mean
they're
on Max.
WB Studio, right?
Let's see.
I'm pretty sure WB is the studio that puts out the
holder?
Monsterverse movies. So it's
I
kind of
mean, more than likely
crazy.
Apple has enough money to just pay for the licensing rights to produce the show.
That is
Well,
true.
I think HBO would have the money
Yeah.
too. but
Legendary Entertainment has cut ties with Warner Brothers and to enter a multi-year worldwide film distribution partnership with Sony Pictures. So that was in 2022. So
there you go. That's
Sony-
why it's not on HBO.
yeah, Sony's like, hey, let's go to the highest bidder, and Apple TV Plus seems like they want it. So as we know, Sony does not have its own streaming service technically. I know they have their own like store you can buy like on PlayStation and so forth, but outside of that, they don't have a streaming service. So yeah, it probably just goes to the highest bidder, and Apple won. So
I'm glad they don't have their own streaming service because that's just another app subscription that just did not want to pay for. I already got too many subscriptions, so
I mean, yeah, it's already bad enough that you pay for Game Pass. So I mean, I can understand the sentiment.
Whoa, hold on. So there are Game Pass deals where you get it for $1 for a month and stuff like that. So
that's cool. I mean, you get a free trial with Apple TV Plus. So what's your point?
Well, I had that and then it expired, so I had to pay the $10 for this.
Oh, so it doesn't matter. You're gonna have to pay it regardless.
Okay.
So yeah, cool, awesome.
Real cool, Ed.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, thank you. So, anyways, yeah, no. So yeah, let's talk about our initial thoughts on it. I think I'm the only person. We've all watched episodes 1-5, right?
I
Yes.
watched
Yes.
6.
Yep.
Was it
Okay,
6?
yeah. Six is
there's
latest
6
right now.
episodes.
The
Up
next
to 6 right now.
7 comes out on Friday. So
Yeah, it's a 10-episode series, so it's a good point for us to like reflect halfway through the series on how we feel. I think we all feel a certain way about Godzilla, if it isn't clear to except for the Ed Underground, of course. But
of course,
Mhm.
yeah.
we all have a special place in our hearts for Godzilla related universes, and the Monarch Monsterverse. I really like it. I enjoy it, even though last episode I said that after seeing Godzilla -1, my love for the Monsterverse is diminishing because just like the quality was so good for
I'm going to mirror that sentiment too.
Ooh.
Yeah, because
is-
the Monarch series is good. I really liked it, but then after seeing -1 and how the characters are so delicately developed, and
fleshed out.
the characters are so much better than what Monarch has. Monarch, for some reason, I'm hot and cold with like the humans. Sometimes they're extremely annoying, and sometimes I do care for them, but it just can't hold a candle to like the -1 humans.
I think that the look, I'll looking at the whole Monsterverse film and now TV show universe. I will say that Monarch, the TV show, the quality of it, I prefer it to the last two movies, the Monsterverse movies. I think um, I like the time and care that's going into this show. I don't feel as strongly as I did during the episode 1 as I do in episode 5. I think it's losing a little bit of steam for me, and I hope it picks it up a little bit. But I love the concept of Monarch. I love the concept of like these secret societies. They got Kurt Russell in here. They got John Goodman in here. So Apple didn't spare any expense. It looks amazing. The show looks great.
Oh, the production quality is beautiful. It's gorgeous.
Yeah.
It every time you watch the episodes, it's like you're watching movies, basically.
Yeah.
It's just the writing itself of the human characters. It's better. It's better than King of the Monsters. The humans are much better than King of the Monsters. So don't get me wrong. But unfortunately, like I'm watching this straight after watching -1, and it really cemented how much better -1 is when it comes to like the human characters, as opposed as to the Apple TV. Because the thing is, with the American Godzilla, it always just I don't know if it's American cinema or whatever it is, but it seems like it's always like, oh, it's a group of like rebels, a handful that can take down an organization or whatever. And then with the Japanese one, it's at least to me, it makes more sense because it's a community getting together to defeat something bigger instead of being like, some super crazy hacker chick that can, like encrypt files and run across the world.
Well,
and
I mean, there is a
shit.
super crazy hacker chick, though, isn't it? Isn't there?
Well, that's what we're talking about. Like, so
That's
I mean,
what we're talking about, yeah.
that's the. I mean, we talked about it last week. But that there are two different worlds of Godzilla here, and like I said, I prefer both. I like the really
I
high
like them both
quality,
too. Yeah,
intimate Godzilla world, and I like this expansive MCU-esque. Careful, if it gets too big, it gets bad. But there's a sweet spot to be hit. Monsterverse, which I think they're. Would you say they're overexposed at this point? Do you guys feel
they're way overexposed?
Do you think this TV show was a bad idea?
No, I don't
something
think
yet.
the TV show's a bad idea. I just think if they exercised a little more, give me more monsters. If you're gonna go with the American way of making Godzilla, just give me more monster time.
I agree, because the monsters in here are cool.
Yeah, they don't have the touch that the Japanese do when it comes to making human characters that you care of. So if you're not gonna have a strength in that point, at least give me more monster times, because the monsters were cool. Like that fucking ice monster that absorbed like heat, where it has like all the tentacles. That was a really cool monster design, but you only get to see it for just a handful of minutes, and then that's it. It's gone.
Now, let me ask you guys this: is that ice monster, is that a new monster for this series, or is that
I think so, right? Unless it's like Violante or something.
What was the question?
I think it's just made up for. It's made
up
for
the ice monster. If it's a new creation, or if it's an existing. It's a new creation, right?
Unless it's from like a recent Godzilla like cartoon or something. Yeah, as far as I know, it's a new creation.
Yeah, the only thing that reminded me of, like I said, what's the Violante? The one that was like plant based, where it has all those weird tentacles.
Yeah, it's Violante.
This one had it on its face or mouth.
Because it's made for the show.
Yeah, the monster design is cool. Like you can see the production value. It's really good. I liked also the mystery of, obviously, Kurt Russell steals the show, but just the fact that there's something about him that's inhuman, where he's like aging at a slower rate than most people, and he's physically able to resist much more like impact, like when you saw him like blow up or whatever, and he was still able to like get up and walk and everything. There's like something about him. Maybe it's his exposure to the monsters or something.
No,
they haven't explained it yet.
They reference, like, they keep referencing it, so I assume that they're going to talk about it. Now that brings me to a very important point for me, that is like my I've narrowed it down to the reason I liked this show to begin with was I liked the flashback characters way more
Yes,
than I like
me
the
too.
current characters. The current
The
characters
beginning was
are
the
not that interesting to me.
yeah, the Goodman and them on the island, and then
Yes,
Godzilla going to
yeah,
that like
yeah,
payload nuke and everything. That was
yes,
amazing.
that was
But
really good.
now that we're traveling with like this like group of like super emotional like young adults, I'm
Kids,
like,
yeah.
what the
CW
fuck am I
kids.
watching here?
Mhm.
So
Oh, go ahead.
So I went into this. I'm not a big a Godzilla fan as you three are. Um, that being said, I love the one -1. I enjoy the connection with the characters. There's more like storytelling, more emotion. You actually feel sorry for the not real husband and wife, but the guy, the girl, and the daughter.
Mhm.
Um, and that being said, even though the story or the name of the movie was Godzilla -1, the focus was on the humans, but you did see Godzilla pop up here and there in real time, and it was good. Every time Godzilla popped up, it was good. Every time he was gone, it was still good. This Monarch series, so they actually had a free episode 1 was free for non-subscribers on Apple. So I watched it for free. And like you said earlier, Green Tuner, with the flashbacks, they were good. Like, oh, okay, I'm actually liking this. This is actually pretty decent. I like the back and forth with the Kinko, I can't say her name right, the girl and the army guy, and the third wheel. I thought that was pretty awesome. As we get down the road, it's like not a roller coaster. It's like kind of just going down and not going back up for me. The back and forth, the flashbacks, it's just less and less entertaining, except for the army guy and Kiko.
Well, I
I
think
still like that.
they had a good balance with the flashbacks and then the current story, flashback, current story, and kept you engaged
But
because one story was affecting the other. But now they've dropped, hopefully not for good, but they've dropped the flashback story. So now it's like that other storyline isn't very strong on its own to
well, you
maintain.
didn't see episode 6 yet, have you? So it's too
No,
I
much.
haven't watched 6 either. Yeah.
It's just too much. Like
But
if they stay consistent with just the army guy and the girl, which makes sense because they were what in the 1950s or whatever. So it makes sense to go, flashback to that time. But the other flashbacks, not really feeling it. And I hate that crybaby girl.
which
The
one?
daughter, the daughter, I forgot her name, who's
Oh,
always crying about stuff.
mm.
yeah, no, I mean, I get the character, why the character's so emotional, because it obviously she's suffering from like PTSD from going through such a
I'm
horrific
not even just talking
experience.
about. I'm not talking about that at all. I'm not talking about
Oh,
that. Just her always complaining and stuff like that, and not trusting anybody. Just and the
oh, I
flashbacks.
don't know,
Just
but I think you cut off Creamcast. He was trying to say something about the characters.
oh, did I
Yeah, you did cut me off. I feel like
go on,
what
my child?
I feel like what I have to say
Bitch.
is a lot more important.
Well, you are fans of this. I'm going into this as a possible fan, which it really
You can
hasn't.
still be a new fan. It doesn't matter. It just, you don't have to be like an Uber fan. You can still be a fan of Godzilla.
Well,
Yeah.
I'm just saying you guys know about more about Godzilla than I do. So I'm going into this like as kind of fresh. Like, okay, I know who Godzilla is. The world I don't know. So let's
Well,
go.
you don't need to know the world. This is literally almost a separate
Campaign.
series all
Yeah,
by itself.
every
This
like I
is
told, like I think we even told you this last time. Every time you watch a Godzilla movie, you don't really need to know the past Godzilla movies. They're kind of each one is individual to its own thing.
well the Japanese version, the
Japanese,
US,
yeah,
the
yeah, the US now
Monsterverse
they're
one.
building like the
they're-
Monsterverse.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they're
sorry.
building it. Is it absolutely necessary? Kind of, because it kind of builds a story about, especially if once they get to Kong, you'll kind of need to know probably what's going on with that, especially in the present time, and where Kong is at, and that's especially true for the movies. Monarch, we have yet to see Kong outside of, I think they showed him in the very beginning. I can't remember, but either case, yeah, it's oh yeah, you do see him in the very beginning, I believe. But
Scenes from the Skull Island movie.
Skull Island, yeah. So outside of that, yeah, you don't really see, but yeah, it does build upon each other. I have to agree with all what you're saying. But I feel a little bit more strongly about the characters, the Kate, Kentaro, and May. I really am starting to dislike their characters for sure. I feel
Yeah.
like the Kate is way too they're irrationally emotional, right? Like I kind of hate this whole thing where they keep going back and forth of I need to care about my father. He's a jerk. I need to care about my father. He's a jerk. He left us. There's another family, but I love him. I have PTSD. Now I don't. And blah blah blah. It's just kind of like they keep going back and they keep harping on these dumb issues. And I'm kind of getting episodes 6 and 5 kind of merged together. But yeah, there's a lot of issues that they keep bringing up, and it's just like it's not really important to the story anymore. Like you've already harped on it enough. So to me, it's just gotten old, and I'm at a point where I'm just like, I don't really. I'm starting to not care about your family drama anymore.
They're overwhelming you with this shit because you're right. It's like every 2 minutes. Oh, I hate my father. I hate my father.
I fell
It's like I
asleep.
get it. You don't have to tell me every 5 minutes that you hate your dad. Just keep it going. You're absolutely right.
I fell asleep in one of the episodes. I forgot which one, but I fell asleep. I think it was number 6, this one that came out.
No, I mean, I wouldn't say I fall asleep, but it's just one of those situations where I feel like there's a lot of padding in these episodes where they're putting a lot of padding in with emotional connection in between the characters, and I really like the flashbacks because they kind of get just straight to the point. And because they're flashbacks, you don't want to stay too far in the past because you can't really progress the story in the future. And I think with the past storylines, they're really doing well of kind of unraveling that mystery, like Darkseid was talking about, really unraveling that mystery of like Shaw. Why is he 93 but looks like he's in his 60s? Which then goes to why is Dr. Keiko still is she possibly still alive? If Shaw could be alive, there's a very high possibility that she's alive. And you're trying to really unpack a lot of these things that are going on, and we haven't seen what's his name? The other guy. What's his name?
The video guy?
The other guy. Is his name Bill? Bill.
He was the
Which
third
one is
guy,
it?
right? The
Yeah,
video
it's
guy?
Bill. Yeah, Bill. He's the third guy. So
He's her husband.
yeah, he becomes her husband. So it kind of unraveling the story of how it gets to that point, and like we haven't seen Bill since in the future since the beginning, the first episode. So I kind of want to see where Bill's at and so forth. And I have to agree heavily with Green Tuner on, even though I haven't seen -1, I've seen other past Godzillas where they put a lot of emphasis on the human interaction of dealing with an existential threat like Godzilla. Where here, Monsterverse, people, this is America. Like we don't really care about all the story. We want to see some damn monsters. And what it kind of reminds me of is like the original Godzilla that came out that started the Monsterverse, where they spent so much time dealing with the damn soldier and all this other stuff.
Oh my god!
P. Diddy one?
I totally
No.
forgot what a slog that was.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
No,
2014
that's not the
one.
one we're talking about. We're talking about the one with Bryan Cranston.
Brian Cranston. They
Oh,
spent
the
so
Cranston
much
one.
time.
Yeah, that shit was a
Now,
slog.
I'm gonna
yeah.
say this: it is a slog, but I really like that movie.
Well, no,
I like the construction of that movie. And
The
how-
I like the
construction's fine,
construction,
but
but
the
I think
problem
King
is-
of the Monsters was a better movie though.
King of the Monsters
No.
is fine, but the problem is that very first
I
one
don't agree.
spent so much time like keeping Godzilla in the dark, and that movie
That's what I
Yeah.
loved about
I
it.
hated that. I absolutely hated it. And I saw a version recently.
Granted.
I saw a version recently where like the Blu-ray version lightens up the scenes a lot more, and it makes the darkness, and it makes the movie so much more enjoyable because like we know what Godzilla looks like at this point, and you keep showing like these small little clips. I understand you're building the suspense to it,
And
but at this point,
that was the first time we saw the legendary Godzilla, right? So
Yes.
like I totally understand what you're saying is something I heard from tons of people. That was the number one criticism, that you never get to see Godzilla till the very end, and even in the end he's in the dark.
Yeah.
And that fights him. I loved that movie for all the reasons opposite reasons. I could agree with everything you're saying, but I loved the tension they built, and they treated Godzilla more like a natural disaster where it's not like it's a monster fighting. And I think it's what was the director, Gareth Edwards? He was like the movies like King of the Monsters got more of the like big and burly fights with CG. This one was more of a scary disaster movie than a Godzilla movie, and it kind of like they didn't like he treated it that. Remember that Halo jump scene where it was with them with the red smoke and everything?
Yeah.
I mean,
They played that. They played that in the
I-
trailer. They played
I
that.
know,
I love the trailer and everything.
I agree. It had good set pieces, but you can't deny how boring some of that movie was.
I like I said, I'm not. I totally agree with you. I love that movie through and through, but I fully understand why you guys. Everything you're saying makes total sense.
I forgot about that movie.
Well, the thing is, the point I was trying to make is that ultimately, the new Monarch this Monarch series is kind of treating Godzilla as we haven't seen him already in Godzilla versus King Kong or versus Kong. Like we've already seen Godzilla at this point, and a lot of times I'm like, let's see the Titans. Let's get to the action. And I understand they have to build the story, the human element, but I feel like it's a little overbearing at this point. Like
they're overdoing it.
Overdoing it.
Yes.
Well,
over
here's the thing,
embellishing
I don't
these damn characters.
Yeah, and it's just the kids that I feel like they're over embellishing, or
But
they're
I
not
don't think
kids.
I don't think you guys
Well,
are gonna get Titans out of this show. I never assumed that you were gonna get like.
I think you're supposed to though, because that's the title of the. Well, it's not called Titans, but
called
it's
Monarch.
It's
but
about the
Monarch,
legacy
it's
of
the-
Monarch. So
It's,
it's
Yeah,
it's
about
expanding
the
expanding the
monsters.
world. No, I get it. It's supposed to expand the world,
Yeah.
but so far we've only seen 2 Titans, right? We've seen Frostvark, which is the ice one, and then Godzilla. But
And
in the
that
trailer,
Dragon one or whatever.
or the dragon,
yeah.
the bat one.
Vampire,
So
whatever.
so we've seen
all of them
so
are
far.
cool.
No,
All of them
they're
are
also
cool.
they're absolutely cool.
The
Oh
monster
no,
designs
we
are
saw
cool,
more
yeah.
times. We saw the spider too, but we've already seen that.
Oh, and the
And then
crab.
the crab. So we've seen a little bit of Titans, but what I'm saying is like,
Beautiful.
man, I really want to harp on more Godzilla personally. And I get it, like they don't want to oversaturate. It's a fine line. It's definitely a fine balance. I just feel like the balance is tipped way too heavily on
Whiny kids.
the kids. Which
can I ask
I'm not
a
gonna lie,
question?
I wish there was a little bit more of the backstory, the flashbacks a little bit more. I care about them a lot more because you set up a precedent. I think the biggest thing is that in the beginning of the very first episode, you set the precedent of what happened to Dr. Yumura or Mira, Keiko,
Dr. Keiko.
but Dr. Keiko, you set the precedent of something happened to her, right? We met a character, we liked her just because of her attitude and everything else. Something happened to her. We want to see what happened. So you have established a desire, which is for us to see what happens. There's really no desire with the kids because they're harping more on let's find the father, and we haven't even established what the father's really doing, and it gets kind of annoying at a point. It's like, okay, he's obviously tracking the Titans to stop something. We don't know what it is, but it's always being overshadowed so far, and you'll even see in episode 6 is even overshadowed then, where it's talking about so heavily the relationship of the father with the kids, and I'm just kind of like, and then with the kids with themselves, I'm just kind of
They're
like,
definitely in
just
the
tired of it.
we're definitely in the middle. We're literally in the middle of this first season. So there's a lull where they like this is one of those a lot of TV shows have this problem where they have to put off certain elements towards the end of the season in order to have certain elements in the finale, and the middle is usually character building, and that's really hit or miss based on how well those characters are written. In this case, I agree with you guys that they're just not hitting that hard. I was going to ask real quick, pertaining to Godzilla appearing, what time period in the Monsterverse is the modern sequences taking place? Because they're post G-Day, but this is before Kong and Godzilla fight, obviously, right? So this is not a right up to modern day where the
Godzilla.
Monsterverse is right now, right?
Right.
So
G-Day was what, a few years, 3 years from
2014 in the universe.
Yeah.
So if this movie show takes place after, I think if I'm remembering the series, Godzilla doesn't appear again till Ghidorah shows up, and so we'll never see Godzilla unless he's in a flashback.
Well, the thing is we won't see Godzilla well, that's not true. We won't see No, we can still see Godzilla.
Unless he's in a flashback.
I don't think I know. I
Well, I
disagree
don't
with
even
that.
think that, because after that bomb goes off, they say no one's ever seen Godzilla till the 2014 Godzilla.
Well, I can't. Well, I don't want to ruin it for you, so I'm gonna say
okay.
we will see.
Don't.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
there will be
I
more
gotta
Godzilla.
watch episode 6.
There will be more Godzilla. Now, to the extent
cool.
of what you're talking about, now the extent what you're talking about, I understand what you're saying. You're saying we're not going to see him at a large scale capability like we saw with King of the Monsters, right? But we still will see him. So I think that there's still room in between, because you gotta remember, like Monarch, in my opinion, Monarch is tracking these monsters. This is where I think where they're going with this is how the change of Monarch, where Monarch was more just a monitoring station where they were just like, hey, we want to monitor them for protection purposes, while I think they're going to change it to we're going to actively seek them out. So I think there is going to be some conflicts that are going to arise in the future from Monarch and the interactions of Dr. Or the father of the other what's his name, Randa. I think that's going to lead to further conflicts of why we have King of the Monsters in the first place. So that's I think that's gonna be a cool, I think that's gonna be a cool tie over. And that's not from anything I see from episode 6. I think that's more of, well, it's a little bit from episode 6, I'm gonna be honest with you, but also I think that's just the general vibe they're going to, because the timeline that you said, that's the same thing I came up with, that I feel like that makes the most sense. I feel that ultimately at the end of the day, yes, I do think they're in a lull right now. They're trying to, get through the middle episode. Like, I don't know necessarily this need to be a 10 episode run. I mean, we'll come to a conclusion, obviously on episode 10 to see, was it actually worth it. I think for a lot of series, we say it could be trimmed down. I think there's very few series that we say, hey, it's perfect as it is.
It's very common.
Yeah, it's very common. So I'm willing to, continue to pace through this and continue to watch it. I just feel like the main thing is that they are focusing way too much on the children, and I think that's what's causing the lull, because the expectation, especially when we've already seen Godzilla versus Kong, we've already seen a lot of monster already. So like the whole teasing situation, I know, like I said, they had to play a fine game. It's a fine line where you have to choose between keeping people suspenseful and not overexposure to just seeing Godzilla. Like, pretty much the humans are jumping on Godzilla back and like, yeah, Godzilla. Oh, they're Gazuki. Just like, some weird situation where it pops up.
What's wrong with Godzuki?
No, I'm just saying Gazuki just shows up.
Son of a bitch! How dare you?
Yeah, my bad. But
don't ruin our chances to see Gazuki.
The VX team, they're like, oh, this guy's he just ruined
for,
it. Like,
Manila. I want Manila to show up in Monarch.
I honestly, I don't know what. See, this
nice change of pace.
I just honestly just want to see more Godzilla. I want to see Kong in full effect. I want to see what's going to cause a conflict of, I think, King of Monsters, and see what happens with it, because I see, this is, like I said, 5 and 6 are kind of blurring. They talk about a lot of things that when you start theory crafting, you're like, oh shit, like they're making a lot of sense of why certain things happen. So I'm like, they're kind of bridging that gap of where, like, how we went from Godzilla to King of the Monsters. It was just like a really huge gap, right? It was kind of like, oh, Godzilla, like, bye Godzilla, with his back turned, the end of all the Japanese movies, like, bye Godzilla, and you just see his back, like, he's like, oh, he just disappeared. I feel like that's I don't want that, right? But I do want a build up to, like, hey, like, let's have a good tie-in of what happened between Godzilla and King of the Monsters. And then from King of the Monsters forward, I think it's kind of self-explanatory kind of what happened. I think from that point, they did a great job of kind of explaining the story somewhat in between those movies. But that pace in between, like, the initial G-Day and then King of the Monsters, where the second pretty much G-Day happened, I think this is really what they're bridging. So I want to see that. I care about the humans to that extent. But yeah, it's just like, damn, shut these kids up. Like, we all got parent issues and so forth. Like, I don't need to hear 5 hours of it. So,
I mean, you're a okay child, so I mean, I don't have that many issues. But, anyways,
you got me, Ed. Oh man, I mean, whew.
So you know what I noticed? In -1, the kid, not the kid, the guy and the girl, they didn't know each other. they all connected in the movie, and we fell in love with those characters. They gave us a good story of those characters. You were tied to those characters. If someone died or possibly died in the movie, you felt it. In this Monarch series, none of these characters, none of these kids know each other. Well, the girl and the Japanese guy, they knew each other, but the daughter and the son, they didn't know each other. Two characters didn't know each other, and I just feel like I haven't really done anything with them but just cry all the time. Major difference between the Japanese movie and this American.
It's just like we said, it's writing. It's just writing. It doesn't matter.
writing.
Those elements don't matter. If the writing's good, you don't notice it. So we're noticing it, and the opposite goes the other way. So
Yeah.
I mean, I agree with you. You said that it was like CW.
It's starting to feel like that.
It's starting to feel that way, and
It is starting to feel that way.
I would have
yeah.
disagreed with you before episode 5, but episode 5 for me, and I don't know, potentially 6, definitely feels like they're on there. It's the CW version of Monarch, and it's like the Monarch Junior. Monarch Junior is on the hunt. You know what I mean? Like,
pretty much. Yeah,
I'm waiting for when we do a review of
Teen
episode
Monarch.
6. Yeah, I'm ready when we do episode 6 to see the Ed Underground's.
Oh, I saw episode 6.
I know that. I'm saying when we review episode 6, when we do the rest of the Monarch series, I really want to hear the Ed Underground's review because. I already know what you're saying.
Hold on.
I kind of want to hear it.
I'm not going to say anything, but I will say this.
Go ahead, tell us. Go ahead, tell us.
This won't give anything away. This won't give anything away. But let me ask you, Creamcast. Let me ask you, Creamcast. When I'm not going to give anything away.
Don't give it away.
But you know that scene.
Yes.
When they were walking away, and
I know.
They stood on that one
stair
coffee shop.
Yes, and I know like you. 10 I was watching that entire sequence, and I saw Ed Underground fuming. In my mind, I knew he was foaming at the mouth, like agendas.
Is there like a interracial transgender couple getting married or something?
I'm not saying anything.
No, because it's not pivotal to the story, right?
It's not.
But it is something that I knew that was going
it's
to.
Like it's there.
Yeah, Ed, I knew he was gonna be so upset about this. I knew that he was gonna be.
I'm not upset.
Yes, you are.
Upset.
Yes, you are.
Like it's there.
Clearly, it's had a big impact on your life, Ed.
No.
Hey, you're literally turning red.
I'm saying, how could I turn red? I'm not upset.
You are turning
All I'm saying
red,
is,
dude.
it's obviously there throughout this whole so far 6 episodes of an hour apiece.
They made no mention of it until episode 6. Yes, I get what you're saying.
It's not the mention. It's that they walked away.
Yes.
And as they were zooming out, they stayed on that coffee shop.
Yes. But it wasn't the coffee shop. It was the school. Like I said, when you guys
school too.
In episode 5, we find out one of the characters is gay. Is this what we're talking about?
No, we're talking about episode 6. Don't look it up. Don't look it up. And
I'm gonna watch it.
Oh, what character? In episode 5, which character did we find out was
the chick, the daughter,
Kate? Yeah,
Kate.
When did we find out she was gay?
No,
in 5.
When? I said, when did we find out?
5.
Yeah.
In 5, you find out.
Yeah, in 5.
How do you know that? I'm confused.
She's like
because we watched it and she was kissing her wife.
She's cheating on her wife with another chick, and she's pretty obviously in a relationship.
Oh, okay. I totally forgot.
Cheating on her wife with another chick.
Yeah, they introduced it.
Yeah, at the end of 5. Yeah.
Oh, at the end of 5. Maybe I missed that or something. Because I thought they only introduced it.
Is this what we're talking about?
Yes.
No.
Yes. No.
Happens in 6?
No, we're talking about episode 6. So in episode 5, I'm gonna have to rewatch again. You said is at the very end. Is it like a teaser at the end, or was
no, just the way it ends? Like her relationship with her wife or whoever she is,
her girlfriend.
Her girlfriend.
I must have missed that.
Yeah, I think I missed that. That's weird.
It's not in a good place, and then
and then they have to split up because of the
no. They flash back to the day before they both go to school on G Day.
Yeah.
So they're at the end of so they have some issues with their relationship. At the end of the episodes, there's another flashback to G Day -1, and that's when you find out that morning, or she woke up and she had cheated on her girlfriend. That's why she has some kind of uneasy relationship with her girlfriend or wife. I don't know who it is to her.
I'm
And
pretty sure you guys watched episode 6. That's not episode 5.
No, that's 5.
That is 5.
Oh man,
There's
maybe 6
something
is
we
only
missed
maybe
then.
Because 5 had that cliffhanger
Oh.
where the one
Yeah.
girl like turns or whatever and calls the
she calls at the end.
Monarch
That's the
people
5
or whatever.
cliffhanger.
Yeah, she
Yeah,
calls
that's the 5
Monarch. Okay,
cliffhanger.
Yeah.
I think they elaborate on more on 6 where they do. Was 5 the episode where she was in the classroom and they were
Yes.
showing her
Yeah.
pictures?
Yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah.
then it did happen in 5. Okay, I thought it happened on 6.
Yeah.
So there's a Titanic moment that is defined at Underground.
Yeah, that's okay. There's
That's
episode
what we're
5.
talking about?
Yes,
There's
yes.
something.
All right.
Where, is it where they
messed
go to?
up.
Okay, so is it where they go to the coffee shop and they like she's waiting
Don't
at the
say
coffee
that.
shop? I'm not gonna say anything.
You see a coffee shop.
Were they at a coffee shop? Okay, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
There's a
Okay,
coffee
so
shop.
there's something that I missed in 5.
This
I
is
saw
huge.
6.
This is gonna be huge.
Yes.
And I can't
Whenever
wait
we
for it.
review this episode, I just want to. I see the fumes coming out of Ed's
There's
beanie
no
right now.
fumes.
I literally
There's no
see the smoke.
fumes.
I mean,
There's no fumes. It's just like
he's a Rasta man right now.
it's
Literally,
like if they
smoke.
pause the screen in slow mo and just like
They adopt
do
a
you see
black
it?
baby.
Do you
Is that
see
what
it?
Yes,
Wait, what?
yes. How did you know?
I'm just trying to. I'm in my mind. I'm going through what are the things at this point that would just Ed would lose it on.
Well, I'm not losing it. I'm just saying.
He's gonna lose it when we
is-
talk about it.
Wait,
Okay,
is Godzilla swamp with a black actor?
Oh
Yes.
my god!
It's
Oh
actually
my goodness.
Crap.
yeah.
Is
Jonathan Majors.
is one
Yeah.
is one of the
Soon.
women is
Soon.
one
But
of
he
the,
only targets women.
is one of the women
soon.
in like a like he's been put in a male sport, like is that
Nope, we're not doing that. Nope.
No,
We're back away.
Yeah.
No,
I'm
we're
just
not
trying-
doing
I'm
this.
trying- I'm
Anyways,
trying to go through all
anyways,
the- I'm
moving
trying to go through all
on.
the scenarios.
Moving on. So,
Hey, he's
anyways,
human.
so yeah.
All right, well, I mean, I'm just saying I saw it in 5 and I didn't
Okay,
think
so
that was
maybe I missed
So-
it. I don't know. That's weird because I felt
I
like
must have missed it.
okay.
I watched
all right,
5
you
and
guys
6 back to
hyping
back.
up 6 here,
Because
big
it
time.
is there in 6.
Yeah.
Obviously there in 6.
I think they elaborate more on 6.
a
So
lot more
Uh,
on 6. Like a
but it-
dog can
but
see it. Like
Is that the
what?
revelation in 6?
It's-
What we talking about in 5?
well,
I
no.
must have missed this part in 5.
Well, let's
Yes,
just
so
wait and
yes,
see what
so
happens.
yes
in
and
6.
no.
I kind of want to see what happens.
Yeah, watch episode 6.
I can't wait. I think there's gonna be like a I don't know.
It's
This-
like just there. Like really?
Yeah, they're
Make it
obviously
more
pushing an
obvious.
agenda. So let's
Where
just say
like
that.
2
I'm just
guys
saying, there are-
kissing
there
in front of
are-
the
there
coffee
are-
shop or
We
what?
watch
No,
a
no, no,
literal-
no.
No,
All right,
there are-
let's move on. Let's
transformation.
move on. Let's move on.
There,
Let's
there
move
are
on.
6
right.
episodes.
Anyways,
and they could have zoomed in and like paused on anything else.
all right, that's cool.
A
All right,
monster.
we're moving
They
on.
chose
Anyways,
this.
so outside of like Monarch, like, I mean, we talked about us loving Godzilla at the moment and so forth.
Yes.
I mean, do we feel like for right now? I mean, this is kind of a future tell. Do you think this could be possibly an ongoing series in the future, or do you feel like Monarch is kind of like a one-off?
If I could give them notes, I would say I would absolutely love them to continue as a series, but I will go back to the flashback. Show me the development of Monarch. That's way more interesting to me.
Yes,
And,
go back to like I want to see
That's what I
Kurt
wanna see.
Russell and the scientist or whoever it was, the Dan,
Dr.
Random.
Kiko?
like using like really old technology and going through like discovery, like like almost like tomb raiding, like doing all this crazy like
Yeah.
expedition. Show me that.
Where
That's-
how
yeah,
modern,
that's
how do
more
we
I would
catch
say
up
like
to modern day Monarch?
that or like good idea. I was thinking like just or like a type of show they could emulate, like X-Files, where like they're
Ooh,
investigating and but like the mystery and the horror of it at the human scale is what I want to see.
Yes.
Like when they go
Yes.
into that ship and everyone was like mummified
Yeah.
in that
Yes.
slime.
Mhm.
That's the kind of shit I want to see them go after.
Yes.
I mean, obviously you have a budget and you have giant titans, but the presence of titans causes phenomenon to occur on a smaller scale. That
Yes.
smaller scale is kind of where I want them to explore that. You know
Sounds
what
like
I mean?
a better story than the actual Monarch right now.
Well, I mean, I say like it's
No,
a good,
I
platform for them.
Yeah, I don't think honestly, I don't think it needs to continue after season 1. I don't necessarily
At this
agree.
point, yeah, they should just make it a one shot.
Yeah, I don't
and
necessarily
just,
agree with Dark Side on that one. Only because
Well, it depends if the ratings are high enough.
I mean, look, I'm gonna sort of agree with Darkseid. Like, if Monarch wasn't about these characters and it was more about the like you said, like a X-Files type of thing, like Monarch itself working as an agency and investigating and doing all this crazy, it would be way more interesting than what we're getting right now.
Yeah, this whole time I've been waiting for, okay, when's the next flashback with Dr. Kiko and
I keep forgetting his name.
Yeah, I forget their names. The army guy, 'cause that's a whole lot more exciting than these whiny kids.
No, I think ultimately at the end of the day, I don't think I don't know if I would want to watch an X-Files version of Monarch, unless the writing was improved, right? That's the only way I could see it. Right now, like Monarch, as far as ratings is concerned, the highest rating has like a 7.7 overall, 7.2 out of 10. So I mean, it's not bad. It's definitely good. But I will definitely.
Has it been going down, or is it kind of steady at that?
It's been going down. It's been going down.
Yeah, because if you had asked me, or I think we were kind of discussing it because I had watched the first couple episodes, I was like super hyped about the show. But as it goes on, like I'm really losing the hype for it.
Yeah,
So far, I guess it's being mirrored in the reviews.
Yeah, so far, I mean, the highest episode they have is episode 3, where pretty much when they first go to Alaska and they found the Frostvark. So
interesting, because
the worst
2 episodes premiered together,
and the worst episodes actually right now are episode 4 and episode 5. Episode 4 got 6.2 and episode 5 has a 5.2. So it's definitely going down, and it's about the same. They're staying on pace with the same amount of users voting on this. So, I mean,
you could see viewership. You could see,
so like, or not viewership, but people voting on the show.
Yeah, rating wise. Okay.
So rating
wise.
Well,
I think that's the biggest determiner for Apple, right? If it's people are watching this thing.
Yeah. I mean, I agree. It seems like people are watching. It seems like overall people do love it. It's just it's a low right now, and I think that honestly, I can't see anybody disagreeing with us about the flashbacks. I think overall the CW present time is just not really hitting with a lot of people. We're just probably tolerating it because it's Godzilla. Like, who doesn't like Godzilla?
Yeah,
and then
pretty
also
much. We're just waiting to see when the monsters come out.
Yeah, and we know there's more. We know there's more Titans coming. So,
if
just
they
from the trailer,
decide to do a second season, that's definitely the route they should go. And I think you're absolutely right. I don't think anyone could possibly like the modern characters at this point.
Yeah. I think. I think they just need to change the writing up for sure. If they do a season 2, they just need to get rid of the modern. Whoever's been writing the modern people just need to switch it up and give them a new purpose. Now, and that's why I think Monarch, as an organization, I wouldn't go the X-Files route per se, but I think it would be a lot more interesting to have Monarch kind of leading the modern day narrative a lot more than 3 kids that just seem to be able to not die when coming against a Titan. Like,
scrap the current plot. The second season could take place at a different time with all new characters. I think there's a lot of potential.
Like you said, go back in time for second season. The founding of Monarch. That shit would be.
I would love a series that's just them on Skull Island trying to set up their facility and capturing Kong. I think there's a million things you can do with all the monsters on Skull Island.
Yeah, that's another thing I was thinking about. It's like Skull Island by itself is just so rich, and like I'm not gonna lie, every Skull Island movie that has come out, I've enjoyed it a lot because the monsters have all been interesting. I mean, from everything killing you from a cricket, a large cricket, to massive fish in a swamp.
What was the mosquitoes, or what was that thing that impaled the guy? Remember?
Yeah, it's everything.
Where they thought it was like woods or something.
Yeah,
everything.
It's like a Super Mario level.
The Prayman, yeah.
That Super Mario level where everything is bigger.
So you're getting into the one thing I hate about the Monsterverse, and they are all in on this one aspect of the Monsterverse. Every movie they've been investing in it, and the Kong and Godzilla one is heavy into it, and you could see it in the new trailer. It's this whole Hollow Earth idea.
Yeah,
that is so boring to me. And when they were doing that in Kong vs. Godzilla, it was the lull of that movie, and it feels like they're still going back to that in the new movie.
With that new villain.
I wish they just left that shit alone.
Or whatever that is.
I like that idea. I think he's a cool looking guy, but
he's cool.
Yeah.
A different species of Kong.
Kongs. Yeah.
That's pretty awesome.
Well, they did. It was cool that they showed like a whole society of Kongs that had lived in the Hollow Earth, and they have weapons and that giant. Didn't they have a giant throne?
Yeah, giant throne.
Yes.
Yeah. So the idea is cool. But just like that Hollow Earth is such a Dullsville situation.
I disagree with that. I actually like the Hollow Earth idea because it only expands the Monsterverse more, and I think it would be cool if they go from Kong, from Skull Island to the Hollow Earth because it's a whole new planet to.
Boy, I'd say fuck the Hollow Earth.
For,
Give me Space Godzilla. Give me the threat from like space. Because
King
Ghidorah came from space. Nothing good has come out of the Hollow Earth.
Well, watch episode 6, and you shall be surprised.
Shit!
Oh,
Not gonna give you
snap! All right,
can't wait to get to this coffee shop where like Kong is sitting there, and Ed's like, what the fuck? I'm like,
there's a monkey. There's a monkey drinking coffee.
Monkey, he's in a pink skirt. What's going on here? Ed's like losing his mind. Like they swapped him.
What's that Godzilla kid name again?
Godzuki.
Yeah,
there's a
there.
couple of them.
Godzuki is there just sipping coffee.
No, it's gonna be
Godzuki's
Kong.
a zoomer. He's a zoomer though. He's
a zoomer.
Yeah.
It's gonna be Kong and Godzilla holding hands. Godzuki comes up and is like, "Dads," and it's just be like, it's just what it is.
And we'll have to contain at that point.
Yeah,
basically.
All right, so
I look forward to that.
Yeah,
absolutely.
I will say this though, the cast. So the cast, I don't think it's a bad actor or actress. Just the writing.
Yeah, I'm not gonna blame the actors. The actors are doing the best that they can.
Always bad writing, Ed.
Yeah.
Well, no, I'm just saying there have been movies where there's been great writing, but maybe there've been one or two cast members, actors just didn't do it right. But I'm saying even though this series is bad writing, in most parts, the cast is pretty good. I like the cast.
Cast is okay. I mean, I have no complaints.
I'll kind of disagree with it. I feel like almost 99.9% of the time it's just bad writing. I can't remember any movie where I saw. I'm like, oh man, if this movie would have been great if it wasn't for this one actor. I feel like most of the time it's always
there's one movie out there.
Always
there's gotta be one movie out there.
Only one movie.
That's why they're saying the majority. You're saying one. That would be the exception to the rule.
Yeah, only one I could possibly see would be like Batman v Superman, where you could say Lex Luthor. Could have been different.
But he's a good actor.
He's a good actor. Yeah. I think
that was bad for that role.
But again, if you had somebody else in that role, that movie still would have
been bad.
The writing of that movie was the problem too.
Yeah, absolutely. So, but let's go ahead and give our preliminary blurries for episodes 1-5.
Pre-blurbs, as we call them.
Yeah, the pre-blurbs.
Pre-blurbs.
I would give this. Yeah. I'll give this a 7.5. Like the movie. I like. I say movie. It does feel like a movie. It feels like movie quality every episode. Phenomenal actors, I think, for the most part. Well, I don't say phenomenal. I would say outside of the kids of Dr. Randa and May, I would say all the actors I do enjoy. I'm not saying that they're bad actors. It's just I just hate their plot right now. It absolutely sucks. The times that we've seen Titans, they've done very well, which is surprising.
True.
So I really loved it. I'm really just invested. Honestly, I'm invested for two reasons. As I said before, Godzilla and the backstory. That's really it. So, and also the front story of Shaw. I want to see what the hell. Why is he the way that he is? Why is he have super health and all this other stuff?
And if what's her name's alive.
Yeah. So, but that's about it. But yeah,
I mean, he's probably alive if they both were exposed to the same thing.
Yeah, I think. I think so too.
Yeah, I want to say 6.5. Yeah, I want to just mirror your thoughts as well. Hopefully it gets better, but yeah, 6.5 for me. Ed?
I will also say, yeah, I'm right there with you guys. I know. I'll say it's a 6.5 too, because like you said, the highs, the early were really good, and you kind of hold out for that. And it's just, I just want to assume they're in the lull. So 6.5 to get it back up there a little bit. And I could see this, if they finish good, like the series finishes well, I could see it getting up there. But I think that the lull is really affecting my impression of the series. So
it's affecting mine.
Yeah. All right, that's it, right?
Eduardo.
Yeah, that's it. That's good. Go ahead.
Cool.
I would give it a 6.
Okay.
Don't know if it can recover. I saw 3 episodes on my TV and 3 episodes on my phone.
Nice.
The best experience.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, no, so here's the thing. I've watched a lot of movies on my phone. It's something
That
about this
explains a lot.
quality.
That doesn't make it right.
Yeah, we
That
could
does not make it right.
tell.
Explains a
Well,
lot.
I mean, if
Yeah.
you're traveling or whatever, or you're not at home while watching a movie or whatever on my phone, it's something
watch
about the quality of this series. It's very impressive on the iPhone. But I had to give it a 6. Story, just not really doing it, and I hope it gets better.
I assure you, it's just as good on my Vizio TV.
Yeah, and my ultra wide, 4K monitor, it looks really good too.
It's like, nah, I'm pretty sure it's better on Apple.
Yeah,
It's better on
You know,
Apple, my iPhone has an OLED screen. Well, actually, I don't know what iPhone version you have, but it's a superior screen because it's Apple. How else would I watch an Apple TV show? Yeah, how else would I enjoy an Apple TV show if not an Apple device?
Sound like Hartman pretty well.
And you put it directly into your ass to optimally view.
You
What?
put it into your ass so you can project it onto the wall.
Right.
And that's how you get to the
When
Optimal feature.
When Godzilla
don't-
roars, I turn the volume up all the way when it's in my ass.
just to really feel it.
Yeah,
I think
I really want to feel the
purchase
kaiju.
that.
I really, you didn't purchase that extra version,
No, I'm good. I'm good.
the 4K version or high fidelity audio. Okay, cool.
Oh, you didn't get the Pro Series? Oh,
Yeah,
shit.
right. He obviously doesn't have a Apple Pro Plus with 512 gigabytes of storage because
Guess I don't. No.
yeah, because you're missing out on all the high fidelity audio for sure. Okay, so well, we have a backup also, another thing we need to review really quick. In conjunction with Monarch coming out and the whole Monsterverse being active at the moment. Darkside, you had introduced us to a comic book featuring some of our favorite comic book superheroes and the Monsterverse. You want to talk about that?
I mean, it's just 2 issues. Well, 3 issues are out right now, but I thought it was real cool, and it lined up with what we were talking about last 2 weeks, what's been on our mind. Justice League versus Godzilla versus Kong, and it's a DC Legendary Comics official collaboration. And I don't know how many issues there are going to be, but
I think it says 10, right?
Is it
10?
a 10?
Damn,
I think
feel like,
so.
I feel like they're moving really fast.
Yeah, they're milking it. If or they're not milking it. They're moving super fast.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's I when I saw it, the
Oh, my bad.
promotional-
7-issue series.
that sounds better.
Yeah, a lot better.
Yeah, I would say even in comic book world, 10 issues, you're asking for trouble at 10.
Yeah.
You want to keep it comfortably at 7 to 8.
Especially that crossover one shot. That's especially not Rich's story like that.
Yeah, that's
I'm
non-canon.
just saying.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you got it. You Creepcast, you were absolutely right. It's on unsteady ground, but think when I saw this, the concept of it, made you raise my eyebrow, but all right, this obviously cash in can't be that good. I was I was pleasantly surprised. The level of art and the writing I really like. I mean, there's no I don't want to beat around the bush and say that it's high level quality entertainment here. It's literally,
I was gonna say the writing is simplistic as
Very
hell.
simplistic.
yeah,
Yes.
the Justice League versus
Extremely
Godzilla versus
simplistic.
Kong.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a tie-in that you would get in the 90s if there was a free comic book at the
Yes,
theater.
exactly.
If you went to the
Yeah, this
theater,
is something that you shouldn't pay for. This is something that they
Yeah.
give you after
Yeah.
you
Or
walk out the Godzilla movie.
Toys R Us would give this out
But for free, yeah. You bought this action figure, get a free comic book.
Yes.
Or
yeah.
or it'll just be
or
add on at the end.
Yeah, or whenever Todd McFarlane would put comic books in his action figures, you get it in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it definitely feels like It feels like a tie-in for something where Superman will show up with like a big tube of Colgate or something, and
Yeah.
Yes, this is
Godzilla.
exactly what it feels like.
it
I
feels
got
like
fight
a tie-in.
cavies. Yeah.
Like the 90s
I'm just
tie-ins that
waiting
were
for
weird.
a Combo Man to appear. Remember what the Combo Man?
Combo
Yeah,
Man?
yeah,
Yeah, the combo, the snacks.
yeah.
The little
yeah. He's
okay.
got that
pretzel
crazy
thingies.
hair. Yeah.
Yeah, they made a comic book with a character called Combo Man.
90s
my
had so
goodness.
many tie-in comic books for everything, and
Oh,
they
yeah,
were
definitely.
Yeah.
and Marvel and DC would sell out to everything. and it,
Yes.
Yes.
They're
I
like,
feel like
oh,
they
you
don't
ever-
do it anymore, but it was like
It's
every
simple
damn
times.
thing.
Simple times.
Well, yeah, remember
Um,
back in the day, they were also struggling too. So
Yeah, back in the day, Marvel would license their characters to anyone that
Everybody.
had a
those
hard
were the dark
media.
times.
yeah,
Yeah.
definitely were.
Whoa. Okay.
But yeah, no, that being said, like I said, I walked in with exactly knowing what, this can't be too much to this, but I like the art, and
The art is cool. I'm
art
not
is
gonna
beautiful.
deny that. The art is really cool.
yeah, the artist is killing it for something that like I would have thought would have been a throwaway job. He's every one of his characters that he's drawing across the DC universe as they're adding more characters into this understandably massive crisis in the world at that time. Even his Godzilla is really well drawn.
Well drawn. Yeah.
Yeah, and there's a big splash page where he's looming over
The city?
Metropolis.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was really
that-
good.
And with Superman,
is pretty cool.
It looks so
Yeah.
cool. So I mean, like I said, it makes up for it in the quality of the art. There's some plot going on where the Lex Luthor and a couple of the members of the Legion have
Is that Orion's harness?
where that
The
they're
one that
messing
Lex
around with.
Luthor said the mother box?
Yes, I think it is. I'd have to go read
How
issue one
the
again.
hell did Superman get Orion's harness?
I don't know. There's all kinds of things in Superman's like
Vault.
vault that I'm just like, wait, where did he get that from? But I
Yeah.
guess in
It's not
particular
canon.
universe,
Yeah, it's not
Yeah,
canon.
that's true.
So.
It's not canon.
But
Yeah,
I
you're
thought-
thinking way too hard.
yeah, it's definitely not. It's
Yeah.
definitely not. They're not going to reference this in Blue Beetle 12.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, we're already fought Godzilla.
Are you sure this wasn't referenced in the New Gods? Because I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure to make sure.
Well, it is Godzilla, so you never know. There might be like a formation in the clouds or some shit.
Really quick, when is the movie Napoleon coming out?
It's out already. It's been
Oh,
out.
it's out? Oh, okay.
It's been out for like 2 weeks.
I'm trying to find reasons to keep Apple TV Plus, and I'm looking in the app. Napoleon is going to be on Apple TV Plus at some point.
Ed, we're done talking about Apple
know.
TV. We're talking about the comic book. What are you
I
doing
know
here,
you are.
buddy?
Looking at Apple TV Plus to see if I should keep her or not.
Did you read the comic?
I did not.
Okay,
That makes
okay,
sense.
That explains
okay.
that.
Yeah,
comic.
that
Okay.
explains. Okay.
All right. Okay. Yeah.
All right.
okay.
All right. Moving on.
I'm Godzilla
Um,
pooped out. So
Yeah.
Yeah, I know,
after this
reading's hard. We know.
Yeah,
No.
what do you guys think?
Well, Green, you go ahead. You go first.
I honestly had a very unfavorable view of the comic book until Darkseid rephrased it in how it should be perceived, and now I have a much favorable view of the comic book.
Wait, did you take this?
because
Did
I
you
went
take this
into
as canon? You like?
No,
damn.
not as canon, but I
Canon?
thought that it was gonna be like a legit comic book. And then when the Darkseid actually said like, "Oh, this is the equivalent to something you would get on Free Comic Book Day," I'm dead serious. This completely turned around in my head to
wow.
where I'm more accepting of it. Just because usually Darkseid is my main go-to comic book guy, so I'll ask for recommendations and everything. And unfortunately, he's recommending so much good stuff that the simplistic stuff sticks out like a sore thumb.
Yeah.
And this was one of those instances where it really stuck out like a sore thumb. But yeah, the artwork is gorgeous. But yeah, the writing could really, I mean, it is what it is, I guess.
Yeah. Like I will say this. If we were not reviewing Godzilla and Monarch and we're in like a theme, I probably would never bring up this comic book. I would have bought it, I would have liked it, but I wouldn't have said, "Hey, let's review it." I just thought it just fit and lined up perfectly.
fits,
Yeah, it's part of the theme, and
Yeah.
I appreciate that. No, I would never have read this comic whatsoever. This is like this is a one shot type of situation, so this is not even something that I would think would be worthy of spending any any amount of time actually reading. Probably 9
Yeah.
times 10.
To anyone that's watching this, if you have no investment in Godzilla or anything at all, there's no point in reading this comic. You can literally bypass this comic book and be just fine. You're not missing out on much. So
Look,
far.
unless I will say, unless that idea of the title I bought this book based on the title alone. Like I had to see this to experience it.
I mean, the
cool
idea is insane. I would have never thought I would see Superman fighting Godzilla.
Yeah, I mean, and we're not gonna. I mean, Superman's getting his ass whooped right now. So I mean, and the second, I want to say,
I keep wanting to say atomic
episode
breath to the face.
Yeah, like he took it. Yeah, he literally took it. He was trying to save. Who was he trying to save? Shazam. Yeah, trying to save Shazam.
Well, not Shazam. He was trying to save his
Billy Batson.
Billy Batson.
Yeah, he was trying to say. Yeah, Billy Batson thought he could jump on Godzilla's head.
Yeah.
Yell at Shazam.
Shazam is way out of it.
Yeah.
Can we talk about so the whole the DC universe is like dealing with Titans, and fucking Batman's like, all right, we got this.
He kills it.
Downs his Titan, and he's done. He's walking away, and they even have the hero shot of him walking away doing pretty much this as the Titan is exploding in the background.
Well, you have what's his name? Shoot the damn Titan in the eye.
Red Hood,
Red Hood. You see Red Hood shooting in the eye, and I'm just like, wait a minute, what the fuck? Like,
what is that supposed to accomplish?
He shoots the damn Titan, and I was like, and even in the comic book, like, was it Batgirl?
Batgirl,
yeah, she knocks
pissed at him.
Yeah, she knocks him out. I was like, yo, that's actually kind of funny because I mean, everybody told him don't shoot the damn Titan in the eye.
Yeah, he's such an idiot. They made him such an idiot.
No, he's perpetually. Yeah, that's the Red Hood character. He's perpetually like, oh, you're telling me not to do this, Batman? Fuck you, old man. I'm gonna do it anyways. Like fucking. So
Red Hood.
That's his thing. I just thought it was funny that, of course, our boy Batman is Batman, and everyone's struggling, and he's like, "Yeah, all right, I got a giant monster, no problem." Next,
blows up his Batwing, and then he just like, "Did you guys get the sonar code off of that?" And for some reason, the sonar code works, kills the damn thing, and everybody, and then Batman, everybody, like he had like 10 people helping him, and literally solved it within like one issue. Killed the Titan.
I was thinking about this. They were like, all right, Superman, like they're sending all the like powerful Justice Leaguers to deal with this, and then Batman's like in his plane, he's like, all right, Robin and I got this.
Yeah,
like, are you sure about Batman? We don't want to redirect Wonder Woman or Aquaman or some fucking like, nah, we got this.
Nah, we got this. Yeah, no, it was hilarious.
Like Nightwing and Batgirl like swinging on their things. I was like, what's the plan here, Batman? And,
you see
I was wrong. I'm okay with it.
Yeah, they literally just swinging around.
Godzilla spray repellent.
Figured it out.
But it's crazy. Like, literally all the people who actually have powers. Only person that actually showed up that had powers was Black Canary. She's the only person that showed up. Everybody else is just regular ass humans fighting this massive ass Titan. It doesn't make sense, but for some reason, like Martian Manhunter, somebody you would think would show up, but nope. Batman by himself absolutely destroys this.
Rigged a giant speaker, and we're like, all right, we're just gonna short circuit it.
They did have
Cyborg.
Yeah, so they had Cyborg, but Cyborg was kind of like an afterthought. Like, hey, I got this amplifier, and Batman's like, perfect. That's all I needed. And then,
all right, we got this bitch who can scream really loud.
Yeah, scream at the Titan really, really loud, and it will die. And then that's literally what happened. The Titan just died. And Batman. You did say it correctly. Batman just walks away with his does his hands off.
I just wanted to be like, you guys done yet? We're done here.
Like, Superman, do you need assistance? Like, I mean, Superman's in the last issue, in issue 2, Superman's literally KO'd. Like, this man's skin is melting off.
He has no heartbeat. Okay.
Yeah, he literally took an atomic breath to the face. Literally is dying on his last leg.
You know what's also messed up? Superman starts fighting Godzilla at daytime, and at the end of the comic, it's nighttime. He's just punching him. It's like, hey, it's not working, Superman. You got to get a Batman idea here.
Yeah, exactly.
And Godzilla, I don't think he's actually moved further in Metropolis. Like, literally, Godzilla's just standing in one place. Superman keeps coming and keeps punching him and just keeps. It's literally Godzilla just keeps slapping the shit out of him. It's absolutely crazy. Shazam can't take him down. Superman can't take him down. Who else is there? I think that's it, right?
Yeah, and I'm just like I'm just
against
okay.
Godzilla, yeah, and then the Bat Family, I guess.
Yeah, where's Green Lantern? I know Diana dropped off Green Arrow at the
on Skull Island.
Skull Island. She's going to Themyscira.
Green Lantern is fighting another Titan, right?
Green Lantern is gone to Central City where that big spider is attacking.
Yeah, so we didn't see. Yeah, we didn't see the fact. Yeah, we haven't seen that yet. So this is interesting for sure.
Okay, so obviously you have the Titans right now. The Titans are fighting each other, and it's the second issue or third issue we're talking about. The Legion of Doom is obviously the main bad guys, and they've orchestrated all this
by mistake, by the way.
Yeah, by mistake, by Toyman. Like,
the greatest genius in all of Earth, Lex Luthor, somehow decided to allow Toymaker to join Toymaker to join the Legion of Doom or something. Yeah, it's like what the okay.
And then you got what's his name? What's that fucking gorilla? Grodd.
Oh, Gorilla Grodd.
Yeah, Gorilla Grodd.
Yeah, Gorilla Grodd.
Fucking having a love interest with King Kong.
Yeah.
Everybody's like,
I mean, that would makes sense. That would kind of make sense. Yeah.
He looks at King Kong as a god. We haven't seen the follow up with what happens with that. Then Lex Luthor got teleported somewhere. Is this supposed to happen? This is all happening by this canon, right? Skull Island is on this Earth, right? They didn't get teleported to another planet.
Yeah, so they get teleported to the legendary Monsterverse, and then Toyman does something, and the Titans and Skull Island get teleported
to their Earth.
Like the wishing stone or whatever it is holding. Yeah,
because I was kind of confused by that, because at first they seemed like they went to Skull Island.
Yep.
On their
they went to a totally different universe.
They went to the
universe. Yeah, that's why it was through the mother box.
Mother boxes, yeah.
Technically, if it is Orion's harness, then they can travel like to a completely different universe.
Through
and bring him back or whatever.
Okay. Yeah, then that was kind of a little bit confusing to me. And I was just like, I'm not gonna lie, I didn't read it again to validate what I was thinking, because this is one of those things like you just read through the 30 pages. So I mean, it's very straightforward. I'm not gonna lie.
Said this was 7-issue run, so this is gonna be like, I could predict the end here. They're gonna get Kong to like join them to fight Godzilla, and then they're gonna turn on the Legion of Doom. And hey, you know what? I will still stick on the ride here. I'll let you guys know how it ends.
No, I'm gonna finish this.
You gonna keep going?
I'm gonna finish it too. Believe me, I'm finishing it. Yeah, I am already invested, even though I'm not a fan. But I'll finish it.
Yeah, I'm gonna finish it just because it's like, I'm already on this ride. Might as well finish it, see what happens. But I'm kind of curious of how this is gonna end. I mean, this is 7 issues. We have 3 issues already done. We still gotta read the third one because I guess it just came out. But I'm kind of curious to see how this ride ends. So I'm with you to the end.
There's another. Okay, well, I mean, there's some great crossovers having in comic books right now. I'm gonna tease another one that's very good right now. It's like this was a joke. This one is top quality. In fact, I've stopped trying to. I've debated on whether or not I should keep buying it or wait for the trade to come out, because I want to have it together.
Okay.
We know Disney has acquired 20th Century Fox.
Mm-hmm.
But with that, they've acquired all the 20th Century Fox characters. Right now, there is a Wolverine vs. Predator series that is amazing. Like, amazing. Like, I love it. And it is like Wolverine fighting Predator through different periods of his life. And they keep coming at him. And
that's kind of cool.
It's a cool...
That would make
perfect sense.
Makes so much sense. Because who else would be perfect for them to hunt but Wolverine?
Yeah, literally the perfect prey.
Yeah. So it's a good series, and I've read 2 and I had to stop and be like, I gotta wait for a trade because it's so good. But Marvel has control of Aliens and Predator right now, and the comics are really good. But this is where they crossed over with Wolverine. I really like it. So
I think I've done crossovers in the past with like Aliens. I think one of my most favorite
Aliens
cartoons.
Superman was good.
Aliens and Batman was really good.
Aliens and Batman.
I was gonna say the
Batman
Aliens
and
and Batman
Predator
was
is
really
really
good.
good.
Yeah, I haven't
It was
seen
like
Predator one.
Omnibus or
I
something.
think that's what you meant.
Which one, Green Turn?
Wasn't it called like Alien and Batman Omnibus or something?
Usually the omnibus
Omnibus
usually
is like when they collect a whole
collect
bunch
all of them. Yeah.
Oh, my bad. Okay, I haven't read it, but yeah, supposedly it's supposed to be really good.
Yeah, there's like 3 or 4 Batman vs Predators, and those like 2 or 3 Superman vs Aliens.
Mhm.
And they were written in the like Dark Horse comic era, so it's way back in the 90s where Dark Horse had control of these characters.
Yeah.
So they're a little bit more edgier.
Graphic. Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely
yeah.
more graphic for sure. I remember,
Yeah.
I remember the Batman one. They were chest bursters, people dying left and right. So
Yep.
it's definitely a lot grittier for sure. So damn, I'm before I go to bed, I might read the Batman versus
Check out the
Alien.
first issue. It's actually the first issue is solid.
Yeah, absolutely.
The Wolverine one.
The Wolverine one.
Yeah, I'm gonna check that
Okay,
out. Yeah,
I'll read it. Yeah.
All right, cool.
All right, so
All right, then Blurries, I guess.
let's give a quick
for the comic book series.
Yeah, I will, like I said, I like it so far for what it is. I will give it a solid 7 at this point.
right.
I'll give it a 8. I definitely enjoyed it a lot for
Mhm.
what it is, realizing that it's not canon. But it's a mashup that fits the theme, and while we're on Godzilla hype mania at the moment, I really do like it. Simple story, but this one doesn't need to be overly complex because why? It's Godzilla. So
That is true. I'm gonna give it a 6. Better than average. Yeah. I mean,
I'll be
wait. Are you comparing it to? Oh, go ahead, Darcy. I was gonna say. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Adorable.
Yeah, it's so cute.
No, I was gonna say
you guys
for
should
me,
kiss.
the artwork is doing the heavy lifting for me. I just love the art. If the art was not good, there's many comic books I stop reading because obviously the story ain't great here, but the artwork is solid and
the artwork is solid. I
monsters-
can't complain.
Yeah.
It's so colorful too.
It's
like,
colorful and
pops.
it's widescreen big action, and
Yes.
the artist is treating it like big. It's not very compressed, and I like that.
Yeah.
They show scale for sure. Like the size of Superman versus Godzilla is, he's getting trumped by Godzilla's size for sure. So, well, really quick, one cool scene is his heat vision versus Godzilla's
the atomic
breath.
Yeah.
Like, that was kind of
cool.
because I mean that's one of those things like people always do those comparisons like what if Superman versus Goku like this is one of those like I never would have thought of comparing the two, but this is one of those weird comparisons. Now the one thing I want to ask Green Tuner, are you comparing it, your score specifically, are you comparing it based off of all comic books if you've read or just this singular like experience?
The singular experience.
Okay, so you still give it a 6. Okay.
Well, no, like I said, if it hadn't been for Darkseid shifting my view of it, it probably would have been like a 4. But then once I realized, I'm like, oh yeah, I'm taking this way too seriously. Then I'm like, okay, yeah, it's a 6.
Okay. Yeah, I base my score off of like the actual enjoyment of reading it. But I mean,
well, it's the thing. Like, I'm not enjoying reading it. I'm enjoying like seeing it and admiring the artwork. But the reading itself, I'm not enjoying.
Well, that's what. Yeah, that's probably a better description. Yeah, I'm not. It's not. I'm not reading it like, oh my god, this is the best writing ever.
Yeah, I'm not like glued to the pages trying to see what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
But yeah, the artwork is gorgeous. Yeah. I can't deny that.
Yeah.
What was your blurry Dreamcast?
Well, I said an 8, but giving more context with how like Green Tuner, I was like, I was more hyped on the whole Godzilla thing showing up, but in and of itself, I would probably give it like overall, because the vision, like the text is not the greatest. I would probably change my score to like a 6.5. Like like 8, like removing hype out of it. I would give it 6 for just the average person who likes.
It could have a really strong ending, and that could change. But like, right now it's just like it is exactly and a little bit better than what I thought it would be. So that's about, about in line.
Yeah, I think
cool.
Cool. All right.
Well, Eduardo,
take us out.
My child.
Also some cool recommendations outside of Monarch. Scott Pilgrim, the animated series. It's on Netflix. It's actually pretty good. Another series that's animated that's on Netflix is Blue Eye Samurai. It's more of a 3D style animation, but
I've watched that, and that looks it's really good.
yes,
Like the animation is, it's like a Disney movie at its prime, and mashed with like anime at its prime. Like, so it's a weird amalgamation of things.
Wait, did you say Disney?
it's
yeah,
not
it feels
made
like,
by Disney.
not made by, but it feels like 90s Disney if they ever
What
made
is it
hard
called?
anime.
Blue Eye Samurai.
Blue Eye
Samurai.
Samurai. It's on
Blue Eye
Netflix.
Samurai.
Yeah.
It's very interesting.
Yes.
Well, talking about
and-
that, we need to watch some of Yu Yu Hakusho coming up soon.
Oh, I've seen one
Oh,
episode
yeah.
already. Oh, I've seen 2 episodes.
Yeah.
Bandito Mac,
well,
have you watched Invincible yet?
Not the second
I-
one.
Oh my
have
god! I
season-
can't believe we haven't reviewed. The
we haven't
second
reviewed season.
of-
No, we haven't
yeah.
reviewed season 1. So I don't know. No, I think we did review.
I thought
season
we already
1.
did season
No,
one.
I
No,
think
we
I
didn't.
think only yeah we did.
No, we
No, we
didn't.
did.
Yeah.
But I think only 2 of us talked about it.
Oh, yeah, maybe.
Yeah, so we talked about it. This is one of our earlier episodes.
Mhm.
Yeah, we haven't. I'm Invincible. I'm watching it. I'm pissed that they're taking a break right now. I keep checking every week, and I am pissed that, like, dude, we're on 4 episodes. Like, where are the rest of the damn episodes? But no, I'm definitely tracking that and watching it as we go. It says, yeah, only a couple watch, like The Boys and The Boys Teenagers. You're talking about V whatever.
Oh,
Gen V.
the college or
V.
whatever.
Yeah, Gen V.
Did that get
Did we-
good? Like, I didn't hear anything about that after it came out.
People
I
liked it.
watched
watch
the
it?
first episode and it looked really good. I just
Yeah.
haven't kept up with it.
I watched it. I liked it a lot. It's definitely ties into The Boys, especially at the end. There's some definitely some strong tie. Well, no, not even at the end. There's crossover in between both Gen V and The Boys with the recent season. So they do a good job of getting the stories lined up. Really interested in how they're going to do that though, because now as they're bringing characters from The Boys into Gen V, that's gonna be interesting how they're gonna do that. So
All right, we might have to talk about it in January. I think there's an opportunity for us to look at some other stuff.
We'll see. We've been asking for years.
We'll see.
Those are
Yeah,
my recommendations.
January's been a ripe time for years that we haven't been able to.
Yeah.
I mean, look, here's I would literally break it down. We got Aquaman coming up. We got to review
Break it
Aquaman.
down.
All right.
Direction fool. I just got tired. I do what you want me to do. Yeah. Break it down. Generation X.
We got Aquaman. We got Aquaman.
Please.
Yeah, I got
Aquaman.
And then after that, I assume we're gonna do our best of 2023 episode.
Sure.
Then we do our these are staples of the BLRD Podcast. We do our best of 2023, and then the first week of 2024, we're gonna do our most anticipated of 2024.
When do you think you're gonna have
the
time for
Xbox,
all
baby.
this?
We do it
Yeah, I
every
don't
year,
have
baby.
time for
We
these
do it
things.
every year.
No, when do you think we're gonna do this? Because next week is Aquaman,
Christmas.
Aquaman,
and then the 31st is
after.
on the Sunday. So
hey,
that following
that's
Sunday,
it. That's I think 30. The following week after Aquaman, I think we have enough time.
we don't.
What?
Aquaman is next week.
Isn't it this week?
Aquaman 27th. Keep
Yeah.
up.
Hold on.
Next week is the last full
27th.
week. Is the last full week of December.
Right.
That Sunday
So
is the 31st. That's
we're
it.
gonna do Aquaman on the 27th, if we should be able to do it, and then on the 3rd, we should be able to do our best of 2023.
No, we got to do it 2023 at the end of 2023. That's
Well,
how we've been doing it.
Okay, well, we'll figure out both. We'll have to do it at the end. We'll have to cram it into one super long episode.
Yeah,
'cause
4
Comcast
hours.
needs to have it.
Hell
in
yeah, 5-hour episode, baby.
Yeah,
Let's do
We'll,
it.
we'll figure it out. We'll figure
we'll
it
figure
out.
it out. Sure. All right, so we got
All right,
Aquaman
Oh,
end of 2023. What else is that?
And then our most anticipated of the next year.
Okay.
Mhm.
That's usually a whole episode.
Then
so-
January we're kind of open.
We'll see. We'll see. We got some. Look, I don't know what else. Well, we got Rebel Moon.
Rebel
We gotta
Moon.
squeeze that in
Yeah.
somewhere.
That's this Friday.
Yu Yu Hakusho. We
Yu Yu
gotta squeeze that. We
Hakusho.
gotta squeeze that
Yu Yu
in.
Hakusho, yeah.
I'm already on
Um,
episode 2. It's too many things out now. So
and then we gotta do Batman History Month is coming
that's
pretty quick.
February.
Comes without saying, yeah.
Yeah.
It's February.
That's a whole month of Batman History Month. So, okay. I mean, we got a game plan. So we'll talk about offline. Let's go ahead and get out of here.
But those are my recommendations because people might see movies during the Christmas weekend. So Scott Pilgrim, the animated series on Netflix, and Blue Eye Samurai?
Yeah, you already said that. All right, take us out. Thank you.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that has been the best of the world. And this has been episode 106 of the BLRD Podcast. As always, you can watch us live here on twitch.tv/the BLRD Podcast, and or you can listen to our wonderful voices on every major podcasting platform that you have. Until next time, blur you later. You Godzillas.
Do you literally is your brain buffer it only goes so far, then it just buffers, and you just
What are you talking about? I didn't mess up at all in that. What are you talking about?
It's okay.
Did I mess up? Yes or no?
The memory bandwidth.
Did I mess up? Yes or no?
Yeah, I was gonna say you really struggle to.
Did I mess up? Yes or no? Did I say?
Was there a lot of pauses? Long pauses?
No, there's no pauses.
Okay, all right.
Was there any pauses? No, there were not.
Sure.
Did I mess up at any words or anything I said? No.
That's
Did
the reason why you brought it up.
Find us on the BLRD YouTube. I didn't do any of that, did I?
Blur you later, everyone.
Blur you later.
That's
Blur you later.